The Oologah Mustang Network is on the air. And this is Mustang Football.
Let's go!
And now, here's your host, Brent Kellogg, Kevin Hogue, and Blake Salt.
Well, hello, everybody. It is homecoming 2022, and it is actually a beautiful night here in Oologah, Oklahoma. My name is Brent Kellogg, joined by Kevin Hogue. Blake Salt will be down on the field. The tradition, by the way, of homecoming has its origin in alumni football games held at colleges and universities since the 19th century. Many schools, by the way, including Baylor, Southwestern, Illinois, Missouri, have made claims that they held the first modern homecoming. The NCAA, they, along with Trivia Pursuit and Jeopardy, all give the title to the University of Missouri's 1911 football game, during which alumni were encouraged to come back and attend. It appears to be the first homecoming-like event, which was centered on a parade and a football game. Such was the response and success, and so it became an annual event for the University of Missouri. Then the University of Illinois at Champaign first held its homecoming in 1910, celebrating the 100th celebration in 2010. And then Baylor's homecoming history actually dates back to 1909, included a parade, reunion parties, afternoon football game. The final game of the 1909 season was when they did that, but then they stopped their tradition for about 5 years, and then they revisited. Problem with Baylor's homecoming is that they stopped for about 5 years between 1910 and 1915, leaving a 5-year gap. However, there has been continuity since 1915. Kevin, I say all that to say that there has been a little bit of debate about who owns the longest homecoming, and of course colleges picked that up, high schools picked that up, and tonight we're here to celebrate that as well. Hello, everybody. I'm Brent Kellogg, along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt, and just the pageantry of homecoming is a special night.
Absolutely. We started this morning, obviously, with morning pep, but we had homecoming assembly. We're getting ready to crown a homecoming and homecoming king and queen. We've had homecoming games all week. We had the parade last night. Hopefully you joined us for that. And we finished that last night with the pep rally. It's just been an amazing week. It's always a fun week. Lots of stuff to do. We have homecoming games. Shout out sophomore class. They won the Spirit Stick this week. So just a lot of fun that encompasses really the whole community.
So I do apologize, Mom, if you're watching, because this got wrinkled. And she would say, son, don't you own an iron? So last night, like, homecoming parade was amazing.
Yes.
A huge shout out to the chamber. I know Shelly Hogue, your wife, does a lot to help make that happen. But one of the cool parts, we inducted 10 people into the inaugural class of the Oologah Athletic Hall of Fame. And then after the parade, we met at Oologah Assembly of God, and the building was full. It was awesome. And we celebrated each one of those folks. They all got the chance to get up and talk a little bit. And it was great to hear folks from the 60s. Both Dan and Larry Bennett were inducted. It was awesome. Vanessa Welch was inducted. Clay Holly, who was a national champion wrestler, he was a part of that. Garrett Simpson, by the way, probably one of the only Mustangs to ever make it to the professional level. He was drafted by the Milwaukee Brewers, played some professional baseball, played for the Tulsa Drillers for a while. He was one of that. And just a fun night last night to celebrate. We're going to talk about all of those folks that were inducted. We're going to do a special celebration at halftime as well to kind of recognize them. We got a lot to do tonight, and so we're starting a little bit early. So if you saw that notification come out, like we normally start at 6:30, we wanted to get our pregame show in and talk to Coach and talk about starting lineups. We got a lot to talk about because actually Mustangs roster is a little bit thin this week, and we'll get to all that. So we're starting just a little bit early. Blake Salt, you are down on the sideline. It's actually kind of windy today, but, man, you're looking good down there, brother.
Thank you. It is pretty windy. The it's a lot cooler than what it has been in the past week. It feels great. I hope the wind dies down a little bit, but because it's pretty brisk right now, but it feels a lot better than it has been.
Are you dressed warm enough? That's all I need to know.
I am. I'm good.
Yeah, it's beautiful out. And he mentioned the wind. This is really the first game we've had any wind of note. All other 5 games, the flag has just been still. And so going into that north wind, watching them warm up, watching the kickers, it was a thing. So something to watch.
It typically, not always, typically as that sun goes down, there's something about the geothermal of the earth. It could stay strong and it could blow all the way through the night, but I'm kind of crossing my fingers that as the sun goes down and kind of that cool fall weather hits the western plains of Rogers County, that wind may die down just a little bit, make for an absolutely perfect evening. We got a lot of stuff to do tonight in our pregame show. Coming up, we're going to talk with Coach Darren Wagner, talk about just kind of the state. They talk like they had a really good week of practice in spite of some of the injuries. And we'll talk a little bit about some stats, who we anticipate to see as starters tonight, all that and more. It is the Advanced Homes Tailgate Show right here on the Mustang Network. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hey, Mustang family, we're back with Coach's Show with Coach Wagner. Coach, week 3 in district, we're 1-1. So, and it's been homecoming week. So in my building, I know we have a lot. We have homecoming games, we've had a parade, we had a pep rally last night, we've had homecoming, our Hall of Fame. So what does that do for you? How has practice looked for you?
Well, we've had the best practices we've had in weeks. I feel like our kids are really cut in. I think they understand the importance of this game. They're just teenage kids. I don't think a parade on Thursday night or Hall of Fame banquet has too much to do with their mindset. I think we'll be ready to kick it off and roll on Friday.
All right, I know we've talked a little bit throughout the week about the problems that Catoosa presents, and you mentioned a couple players that have been in and out of the lineup. So talk to us a little bit about what they can do on the offensive, defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, we preached to the kids all week that you almost have to throw their record out the window because they have battled injuries big time. And it's been some of their most important players. So they should have their quarterback back. They should have number 4 back, who's an explosive kid that they move around. So we've got to keep those guys contained. Number 9 has a great arm. He can throw it down the field, and if you don't keep him contained, he can do some stuff with his feet. So he's definitely has our attention.
So you mentioned you've had a great week of practice. Is that mentally, on the mental side, or is that physically? Is it both?
I think it's both. We talked a lot we played good defense last week for the most part against Wagner, but we weren't very clean on offense. And we lost in the box offensively. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that Wagner took away from us. And I think we just tried to spin that into a positive. We've got work to do. The only way you fix it is rolling up your sleeves and going to work and getting better at it. I think the kids have received the message, and it's been a really clean week so far.
Good. That's exciting. So tell me, let's finish up with, what are some keys tonight for the Mustangs to come out on top?
Well, I think the first thing is when it's third down, we have got to get ourselves off the field. They on film, they have some ad-lib plays where things are kind of broken down, and then he buys time and finds somebody. We can't come running up in coverage when we're a defensive back or we're in drop coverage at linebacker. We've got to make sure that he doesn't ad-lib something and create an explosive play. Offensively, we need to win first down. Last week, we didn't win first down. And so when you're 2nd and 10, you're 2nd and 13, it's going to be advantage the other guy. The pressure's probably coming. It's a lot easier to call defense when it's 2nd and 13. So winning first down and winning third down on defense has really been something we've talked about, and take care of the ball like always.
Yeah, absolutely. And good luck tonight, Coach. Everyone, we'll be right back with more of the pregame show right after this.
At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to design a home that fits you and your family. With over 25 years in the home building industry, Brian has an excellent ability to take your individual ideas and turn them into amazing blueprints that become your dream home. Advanced Homes is built on a lifelong influence of family in the construction, real estate, and land development industry. Our business is founded on a family orientation that exemplifies quality workmanship, value, confidence, and Christian values. With Advanced Homes, your custom-built home will be one of a kind. Give us a call about our new gated community, Captiva Point, with new secluded 10-acre plots. Captiva Point is located on Lou Ridge Road with 5 boat ramps within 5 to 15 minutes. Advanced Homes. Give us a call today at 918-855-6597 or check out all of our properties on Facebook or our website, advancedhbi.com. Advanced Homes. We don't just build houses, we help you build the home you've always dreamed of.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful dog, and reliable insurance. They're there when you need them. Coach Jason Brown and Chalkline Insurance is your local insurance agent. After 20 years in coaching, Jason is using that work ethic to take care of you and your family. Chalkline Insurance is locally owned by a name you know and backed by an agency with more than 30 years of experience. If you own it, we can insure it. For all your commercial, home, rental, auto, and recreational insurance needs, give Coach Brown a call at 918-789-3848. Chalkline Insurance, your local insurance agent in Oologah, where character creates connection.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Homecoming 2022. The Catoosa Indians have traveled all the way across Rogers County to get here as the Mustangs are really excited about coming out. And tonight, Kevin, I'm just going to own my part because I kind of felt good last Friday night going into Wagner. Wagner, we thought, was down a little bit. The record kind of showed that. And I thought the Mustangs were going to be able to run the ball. They had a really good defense. And even Wagner said that last week, that Wagner, the team, had a state championship defense, and then we saw that last night. We had -3 total yards going in at halftime, and kind of the kicker of that is we got a little bit beat up.
Absolutely.
Coming out of that last week.
We did. You mentioned their defense obviously being really good, and you saw the snowball effect of field position. First half, they never started a possession on their half of the field, only our half of the field. Our defense fought all they could. But coming out of that, several key guys ruled out as of today. So we're going to see some different guys in the lineup, and some different guys have to step up. Obviously, it helps this year. We feel like we have more guys that can do that, more guys that can make plays, but we're going to be stretched tonight.
Mustangs put together a total of 46 yards last week, and it just was tough. We did actually have an effective running game. We actually put 99 positive yards in running, but JoJo was running for his life. I mean, he was sacked so many times. We actually had like -47 yards that kind of chipped away at total. So anyway, tonight, Catoosa's had a little bit of a rough season. The injury bug has kind of got them a little bit. So Coach Wagner is like, this kind of feels like a trap game.
Yes,
He's
sir.
a little bit nervous. They have some guys back that they have not had, and we're into week 6 that they haven't had so far. They could have had them last week, but they played Cushing. We'll talk more about Cushing tonight. And so it's going to be interesting to see. Our roster's thinner. Their roster has some guys back to it.
Yeah, they're whole, if you will, for the first time all year with their quarterback, number 9, wide receiver, and running back, number 4. First time I think they've played together. Both those guys are dynamic. Both those guys can make plays. So I know Coach Wagner spent a lot of time. He mentioned having a really great week of prep, minus the game on Friday, obviously, and minus some of the injuries. Some guys really stepped up. Everybody's focus was super sharp. So we hope that plays out tonight.
Let's take just a minute and kind of talk about who we anticipate to start. We'll do our best to kind of work through it because we've been bitten by the injury bug.
Absolutely.
And he's got a guy on the roster called by committee. Don't know if you've ever met him, like if you see him in the hallway, but like when I was talking to him this morning, I'm like, okay, well, who are you starting in that spot? And he's like, a guy named by committee. Like it's just going to be several different guys. Let's start on offense. On the offensive line at right tackle, you'll see Jackson Guild, you'll see Corey Eaton, you'll see Colin Schrader, and then Langman has been out, and Warren Pierce has been starting for him.
Yeah,
but
correct.
That's out. Like
he's out as
Warren's out. He got hurt last week, so he's out. So that's where the bye committee is going to come in, and then Bryce Byers will rotate around. And he literally said this morning it's a shuffled deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if any one of them goes out, then it really becomes a shuffled deck.
Yeah.
You know, you start moving pieces in and around to try to get the best situation you can, and that's going to be up to the coaches, obviously, to monitor that and to watch that. I know they've worked on it, trying to make sure everyone's, down with the verbiage, down with the assignments. But that becomes a challenge in the moment, in the play, to have to switch out. So we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Our tight ends, you'll see sophomore Gavin Salt. He's got 5 completions for 49 yards. And then Rafe Tackett will work as a tight end, too. And he actually may move
He's
in
out.
Rafe's out.
Rafe Tackett is out tonight as well.
Oh, my goodness.
So he plays that H-back defensive end.
That's right.
So what we're seeing tonight is attrition, if you will. Injuries at one key spot. And we saw that last year a little bit, but we got injuries on the line. We got injuries on the defensive line. And so we're to the backup, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. Receivers, you'll see A.J. Streeter. He's got 8 completions for 116 yards on the season. Braxton Moore, 10 completions for 173 yards. Sophomore Jackson Burchett. I refer to him as the speedster because if he gets loose,
he gets loose and
Yep.
goes. And then Brad Hoisington has 3 completions for 37 yards as well. In the backfield, you'll see Ashton Wright, kind of the spark plug for the offense. He's got 92 carries on the season for 514 yards. Keep in mind, we're like halfway through the season, so he could, if he gets a couple of big games, he could break that 1,000-yard mark, and that's good for running back. That's kind of their goal, to hit that 1,000-yard mark.
Yeah, that's their measuring stick, and that's something they put up on the wall, and that's a goal they have everywhere across the state. So that'd be a big milestone for him and the offensive line.
Nate Morrow, you'll see him at running back as well, 21 carries for 118 yards. He's averaging 5.2 per carry. And then Gavin Salt, kind of in that fullback role. They call it a different kind of, Oklahoma State calls it the cowboy back, but you'll see him tied in fullback type situation. So quarterback JoJo Griswold, passing, he's 37 completions on 66 attempts. He completes about 56% of his passes. He's passed for a total of 480 yards and 5 touchdowns. He has rushed for 272 yards and 3 touchdowns. Kickers tonight, you'll see a mix. Jackson Burchett, really a couple of weeks ago, kind of took over some of those kicking duties. Nate Morrow's a part of that equation as well. On the defense, this gets thin as well because some of those bigger guys that play on the offensive line and they play on the defensive line, they're out. So this is where you're going to have to help me because I may call a name and they're like, no,
absolutely.
he's out. So anyway, Colin Schrader, Bryce Byers, Rafe Tackett is out. You would normally see him starting on the line. Ty Cherry has 11 solo tackles, 8 assists. He's total 19 tackles on the season. Tyler Stovall has 10 solo tackles, 2 tackles for loss. He's got 22 tackles total. Gavin Salt, 20 solo tackles, 15 assists, 3 for loss. And Blake Gavin has amassed 35 tackles on the season. So it's important that Gavin have a big night tonight as well.
Yeah, it is, and he's going to play a crucial role. He's probably going to be my guy in a future segment, but he's got a big role tonight, especially with number 4 coming back for Catoosa. That's a special player they've got, and so he needs to continue to play well.
Big loss. Sophomore, number 22, Jaden Tanner is out, and that's huge. He has amassed 19 solo tackles, 16 assists, 5 tackles for loss. He has 35 tackles on the season. He's actually second on the list for the team, and Jaden is out for tonight, and that just hurts. Like, you got to figure that out.
Yeah, he's done a great job. Hard hitter, smart kid, played a lot of football. I believe you're going to see Max Becker step in. He's played well, too. A little undersized, but, man, Max gives it his all. So looking forward to him. Had a good conversation with him in the hallway. Wished him well. Told him I was excited for his opportunity.
We've called his name a lot throughout the season, so this is where that next man up principle is really, really important, and I think he's ready. I think he's going to step into that role. Could have a big night tonight. Yeah,
he's worked really hard. He's one of those guys in the summer. You saw him all summer pride, working really hard. So this is his chance to step up and make some plays, and I'm sure he's excited. I'm sure he'll do a great job.
We talk a lot about A.J. Streeter kind of in that free safety role, and the quarterback is an offensive position, but A.J. kind of is the quarterback for that defense. He kind of leads. He's looking for shifts and things and kind of putting guys in different coverage, and so it's good to have him. But really the guy that's led the charge on defense is Nate Morrow. He has 32 solo tackles. He had 10 tackles last week against Wagner, so that's a huge deal. 16 assists, 5 tackles for loss. He leads the team with 48 tackles total, and so Nate's going to need to have a big night as well for our defense to do what they want to do. And then you've got at free safety, you've got A.J. Streeter, 12 solo tackles, 23 on the season. And then at the corners, you'll see Ashton Wright, Hoisington.
I believe we have JoJo starting in that role. He's done a great job maybe stepping in, but Hoisington and him I think will get the same amount of reps that he's always gotten.
Sure.
It's just a matter of who's going to start out there.
You'll see Jackson Burchett some and Braxton Davis in that as well. When we come back, going to do our segment called Who You Got, where Kevin Blake and I will kind of say, here's who we anticipate to have a big night tonight. We're going to talk about the keys to the game. What are the Mustangs going to need to do to be successful? You are watching the Advanced Tailgate Show right here on the Mustang Network.
Hello, Mustang family. I'm Jane Standiford here with Landon.
At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to design a home that fits you and your family. With over 25 years in the home building industry, Brian has an excellent ability to take your individual ideas and turn them into amazing blueprints that become your dream home. Advanced Homes is built on a lifelong influence of family in the construction, real estate, and land development industry. Our business is founded on a family orientation that exemplifies quality workmanship, value, confidence, and Christian values. With Advanced Homes, your custom-built home will be one of a kind. Give us a call about our new gated community, Captiva Point, with new secluded 10-acre plots. Captiva Point is located on Lou Ridge Road with 5 boat ramps within 5 to 15 minutes. Advanced Homes. Give us a call today at 918-855-6597 or check out all of our properties on Facebook or our website, advancedhbi.com. Advanced Homes. We don't just build houses, we help you build the home you've always dreamed of.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Homecoming 2022. We are actually just moments away from the homecoming festivities, and we started early on purpose tonight to make sure that you could catch all of that and see all that. Last night at the homecoming parade, it was incredible because, Kevin, we had the chance to meet A.J. Streeter's grandparents.
Yes, sir.
That don't live in Oklahoma.
They do not. They do not. They thanked us and said they enjoy the stream. So that's fun. That's why we do it, obviously.
And it's been great. We have heard from people from Alabama and Florida.
The Dakotas with Lang Beans, yeah. That's the fun part when you get people coming up and say, hey, we watched the show, thank you.
We know there's grandmas and aunts and uncles that couldn't necessarily be here tonight for homecoming, so we wanted to make sure and capture all of that. So here in just a little bit, we're getting ready to start those festivities. Guys, before we jump into homecoming festivities, let's talk about who you got. Who do the Mustangs tonight need to have a big night in order to be successful? And so, Blake, you've already tipped your hat a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and start with you. Who you got?
Yeah, I think I'm going to pick Gavin. And the reason is I don't think it's going to be in a flashy way. I think that with, the Warren being out as a pulling guard, Gavin's going to have to come in and clean up some running lanes potentially, and that's going to be a key in our running game. And on the flip side of that, on defense, I think he's going to be a big-time player for being limiting 4 on his speed off of the line. I think he's going to have to limit how fast he can get off the line in the pass game by rerouting him. And like I said, it's probably not going to go on the stat sheet, but I think what's really going to matter is if he does his job well.
I think to compensate for some of those injuries, I think you make a really good point. He's going to have to be present. They're going to have to see out of the peripheral that, hey, there's assault right there, and he's ready to assault me and bring me down. So, I think I think you're spot on, Blake, with the assessment of that. Kevin, how about you? Who you got?
I'm going to go with Ashton Wright. Running game's been a little inconsistent after starting off great at Fort Gibson and kind of being surprised with the amount of yards he was able to gain kind of between the tackles. I think we're going to have to get back to that. And offensive line is going to have to hold their blocks just a second longer, give Ashton the ability to get out in open space and be the playmaker that we know he is. And it's just been a little hit or miss this year, so I think we need to get back to a consistent running game and being able to throw when we want to.
519 yards on the season and 7 touchdowns. And I would anticipate against Catoosa, I would anticipate him to have a good night. It's not us, I promise. It's not us. They're trying to get some music connected for the homecoming stuff. And so anyway, guys, it was kind of a gut thing, and it's been fun to watch him grow. And I got Jackson Burchett.
Okay.
I really do. I think that if he can complete those passes and let his wheels do the work, I can see him breaking one for 6. I don't know. I was just kind of started yesterday thinking about Jackson, and so he's who I got.
I'm going to add a layer to your pick. So how about the kicking game? He kicks off. He's also taken over, extra points and field goals. Downwind, we got an opportunity to kick some longer field goals tonight. Going to the south, going from left to right as you're watching. But also, as you kick from the north end, can he pin them deep? Can he kick it into the end zone? So I think that's a great pick.
Yeah, he was perfect on PATs at Cleveland, and so hopefully tonight he'll get that opportunity as well. Well, you can see down on the field that they have started the homecoming festivities, and so we are going to just kind of drop out and let our PA announcer, Kent Jensen, take it from here so you can enjoy homecoming 2022.
For the past 2 years, she's the basketball cheer captain and editor of the yearbook this year. She has been a member of student council for all 4 years of high school. Her plans after high school is to go off to college and pursue a job in the medical field, which is most likely to be a physical therapist or dentist. Brianna would like to give a huge thank you to her entire family. They've always been there for her, been her biggest supporters and best friends. And she would not be where she is today without them, as well as thanking God for leading her where she's meant to be today. Representing cheer is Jackson Wells. Jackson is the son of Jessica Wells and Jason Wells. He's attended Oologah schools for 14 years. He's been active in cheer for 4 years, mascotting for 2 years, competitive drama for 1 year, and debate for 3 years. After high school, he plans to go to college to further his education, hopefully to TU to study an undecided major or OSU to study architecture. Jackson would like to give a shout out and thank you to his family for supporting him throughout the years and the countless sports activities. He would like to thank his mom for her enormous help with anything college related. His biggest thank you is to his friends who have supported him and have given him countless numbers of laughs and good times. He would also like to thank Melissa Fisher for giving him the experience to cheer throughout the years. Representing swim is Braden Langban. Braden is the son of Terry and Shelley Langban. Braden has attended Oologah schools for 14 years. He's been on the swimming team for 10 years, football for 9 years, and tennis for 2 years. Braden plans to attend Air Force ROTC in college and major in aerospace engineering. He would like to thank his parents for being huge supporters in his future success with their investments in his concurrent schooling and private pilot training. They've always been in his corner, and he loves them extremely. Representing girls swim is Kendra Wake. Kendra is the daughter of Dwight Tackett and Jacqueline Wake. Kendra has attended Oologah schools for 10 years. She's been a member of the swim team for 5 years, soccer for 4 years, Mustang movement for 6, and FFA for 5 years. Kendra plans to go to RSU for a year and get her basics, and then transfer to OSU and get her sonogram degree. She would like to thank all of her family and friends that have supported her and helped her along her way through life, and to all of the coaches for pushing her to be her very best. Representing boys tennis is Eli Harrell. Eli is the son of Doug and Daniel Harrell. He has attended Oologah for 14 years. He has been on the tennis team for 4 years, swimming for 1 year, and basketball for 1 year. His plans after high school are to attend the University of Oklahoma to get an RN degree and become a traveling nurse. Eli would like to thank his parents because they are always motivating him to be his best and for always being there. And to his brother Nick and Cy for being his golf buddies, and his sister Bella for always being encouraging. Representing girls tennis is Ashlyn Tyler. Ashlyn is the daughter of Louie and Terry Gardner. She has attended Oologah schools for 7 years. She has been on the tennis team and a girls basketball manager for 2 years. Ashlyn plans to attend OSU after high school. She would like to thank her family for supporting her in everything she does and loving her unconditionally. Representing boys track is Connor Jones. Connor is the son of Mary and Tim Jones. He has attended Oologah for 14 years. Connor has been a member of track and field for 6 years and basketball for 4 years. His plans after high school is to throw for a college and then possibly make an Olympic run at the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. Connor would like to thank his mom and dad for all they have done and supporting him, and his little sister and his coach who got him to this point. Representing girls track is Hannah Brunn. Hannah is the daughter of David Brunn, Jennifer Brunn, and Amy Anderson. Hannah has attended Oologah schools for 10 years. She has been in band for 7 years, track for 6 years, and volleyball for 3 years. After high school, Hannah plans to go to college, but hasn't decided which college or what yet to study. She would like to thank her mom and dad for sitting through countless hours of watching her cry over math homework. Representing boys cross country is Clint Stapleton. Clint is the son of Kathy Stapleton and Clint Stapleton. He has attended Oologah for 14 years. Clint has participated in track for 6 years and cross country for 2 years and TSA for 3 years. After high school, Clint plans to run in college and major in business at his desired university, which is currently undecided. He would love to give a shout out to his family for the unrelenting support through his running and academics. Most importantly, Clint gives all glory to God for his achievements over these last 4 years. Representing boys basketball is Ben Barron. Ben is the son of Missy and Zach Barron. He has attended Oologah for 12 years. Ben has played basketball for 10 years, football for 1 year, track for 3 years, golf for 1 year, and tennis for 3 years. After high school, he plans to attend Ole Miss and study pharmaceuticals or nursing. Ben would like to thank his parents for teaching him everything he knows and for making him who he is, and for Coach Doyle for always having his back and supporting him. Representing girls basketball is Alexis Martin. Alexis is the granddaughter of Cindy Hudgens, Trish Conklin, and Rocky Kime, and the daughter of Allison Fulton. She has attended Oologah for 12 years. She has participated in basketball for 14 years, softball for 9 years, and soccer for 7 years. After high school, she plans to attend the University of Central Oklahoma on a basketball scholarship and major in sports medicine. She would like to thank God for putting her in this position today. Without him, none of this is possible. Alexis would like to shout out to her grandparents for being there every step of the way. Also, a huge shout out to all of her AAU coaches over the years that made her the player she is today. Representing boys soccer is Hans Cagle. Hans is the son of Carolyn and Jason Cagle. He has attended Oologah for 4 years. Hans has participated in select choir for 4 years and soccer for 4 years. After high school, he plans to attend college and pursue a marketing degree. Hans would like to thank Caius Brackett for being his best friend throughout high school. He would also like to thank his parents for supporting him through everything he does, and Miss Lothar for pushing him to be the best he can be. Representing girls soccer is Caden Wadsworth. She's the daughter of Darcy Buck and Kent Wadsworth. Caden has attended Oologah for 14 years. Caden has played soccer for 13 years and basketball for 11 years. After high school, Caden plans to attend college to study exercise science. Caden would like to thank her grandparents for always being there for her, and to thank you to her mom and sister for being her bestest friends. Representing baseball is A.J. Streeter. A.J. attended Oologah for 6 years. He has participated in baseball for 4 years, football for 3 years, and student council for 2 years. After high school, A.J. plans to further his education and pursue his dreams of being a college baseball player. A.J. would like to thank his mom and dad, his Uncle Aaron for supporting all of his dreams, and Joel Griswold, who has never shied away from helping transport him or get him where he needed to be. Also, a huge shout out to the creator of the universe for always having my back in times of need and being a great friend. Representing volleyball is Lizzie Hoisington. Lizzie is the daughter of Jill and Bryce Hoisington. Lizzie has attended Oologah for 13 years. She's participated in volleyball for 6 years, FCA for 4 years, student council for 2 years, and swim for 1 year. Her plans after high school are to go to college and follow God's plan for her. Lizzie would like to thank her parents for loving her unconditionally and showing her that hard work always pays off. She would like to thank her Savior, Jesus Christ, for blessing her and showing her how to love others. Lizzie would like to thank her family and friends for always having her back and always making her smile and laugh. She would like to shout out Papa Street and Mama Street. thank you for being her second family and always looking out for her. Representing wrestling is Robert Hanneman. Robert is the son of Robert and Tanya Hanneman. He has attended Oologah for 11 years. Robert has participated in wrestling for 6 years, track for 6 years, and band for 7 years. After high school, he plans to enter into construction management. Robert would like to thank his mother and father for being so supportive and his sister for always watching out for him. Our crown bearer is Hunter Ramsey. He is the son of James and Georgia Ramsey. Hunter is in pre-K at Oologah. His favorite things are Spider-Man, red chicken nuggets, and Descendants. When Hunter grows up, he wants to be the real Spider-Man. Our homecoming princess is Emmy Barnes. Emmy is the daughter of Dalton and Leslie Barnes. Emmy is in pre-K 3. Her favorite things are riding horses, getting slushies with Dad, and playing with her sister Rory. When she grows up, she wants to be a mama. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for our homecoming court. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the crowning of our king and queen. The 2022-23 homecoming king is Jackson Wells. And the 2022-23 homecoming queen is Brianna Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022-23 homecoming king and queen and their court.
Family. It's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter. The people we care about and care for. The folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy. And busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.
Mustang family, don't miss a minute of live Mustang action or info about events or happenings at Oologah High School. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our high school Facebook page today.
Welcome back to Homecoming 2022. Hello, everybody. My name is Brent Kellogg, joined by Kevin Hogue. Blake Salt is on the sideline. And, Blake, you were a part of that a couple of years ago, that kind of pageantry of homecoming.
I was, but it was a weird one. It was COVID year. And so, sorry, I'm a little close to this.
It ain't your fault.
Golly, and we're loud. But it was COVID year, and so we did it. We did it during soccer season. That's right, Mr. Ray, wasn't it? It was like right in between soccer and baseball. And
Yeah,
it was just like
in
one
May.
night we just all came out to the field and had homecoming for about 30 minutes, and we all left. And
It
that
was
was
on,
it.
it was on a Wednesday night. There was nothing else going on because that was the only night that everyone
Yeah,
could be there because
that's
there's
true.
so
All
much
the
going
stuff
on in the
going on.
spring. And just to be honest with you, it was not amazing just because there wasn't this amount of people here. Like, it was literally just family and friends, and that's it.
Yeah, in just a second, one of our camera guys is going to show you the stands because it is getting absolutely beautiful up in here. Just a lot of blue. It is homecoming, but a couple of reunions. You said class of 82 was through the building today.
Yeah, class of 82 was in the parade. Went through the building, got to look around, take a look. Really cool. Love seeing those people. Love seeing that, they go to the wall and they look at all the pictures and all the class pictures that are on the wall there. Just a cool feeling to have them in the building. I know you said the class of 93
yeah.
was through too. So, the stands are filling up.
There's a reunion this week. I'm a 93 guy, and at one point, like class of 93 had the most employees in the system. We had 3 or 4 teachers, and Mr. Fisher's our IT director, and he's class of 93, and so I think tonight there's some stuff going on. But you can see on the screen that a good crowd on hand tonight. Guys, let's talk a little bit about football because ultimately that's why we are here. And the keys to the game, and we talked a little bit earlier about this is not a sleeper game. Catoosa's record is 0-5. They've allowed teams to score like an average of 46 points per game, and they've scored an average of 9.2 points per game. So scoreboard's a little out of balance. They have yet to win a game, but Coach Wagner would be the first to tell you don't let their record fool you for a couple of reasons. Number one, they have a couple of guys that have been injured, not on their roster. They are back in the lineup tonight, and we got no film on them for this season. And so, he's had that conversation with his guys. You got to keep an eye on a couple of those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. He's harped on it all week. I know he has said it to me during the coaches' show. They've really keyed in on him because they haven't had him healthy, haven't had him together all year. So no film that they get is really credible, if you will. And so I know that's been a struggle, but he says the guys are keyed in. They've been super focused. So I have to take his word and think we're ready to go.
Blake, for you, what would you say the Mustangs need to do in order tonight to be successful? And I think we've got about 30 seconds here because the choir's getting ready to lead us in the national anthem.
I think they got to limit the quick game and keep it just that. They got to keep it short, not let anything behind him. You got to contain 4. He's coming back this week. It means he's probably healthy. They held him out another week last week. Made sure he's getting healthy for this one. It kind of is one of those games you can't look through him, and you gotta put him in the coffin early.
Yeah, you don't overlook him. I really think we need some confidence in our passing game. I would love to see the Mustangs have a game where they just rip one off in terms of passing. We've had an effective run game, but our passing has just kind of struggled, and I really would like to see Jackson Burchett get involved. I think Streeter can have a good night tonight as well, and so maybe that's not the keys to the game, more as wishful thinking. I think for the confidence of this offense, especially if you're going to make playoffs and get in, you're going to have to be more than one-dimensional. You're going to have a passing game. And I think tonight's a good night to do that. I don't want to overlook Catoosa. I want to certainly give them the credit of the potential that's on their roster as they come in tonight. But I also think this could be the night that you could figure some of that offensive component of the passing game out.
Hopefully so. And I know we keep saying we got to run the ball, but I think a key could be getting the ball to those, like your key to the game, Jackson Burchett, you're who you got, if you will, and kind of loosen up the defense, if you will. Wagner's front 7 will be the best front 7 we've faced all year, and we were able to run the ball. We had 99 yards. I think we're going to have some success, but it would be nice to kind of see us open up the playbook and maybe pass to set up the run game, if you will.
Yeah. So if we're going to take the field mic now because they are actually standing to a moment of silence, and then the national anthem is going to be performed by the high school choir, so we're going to join that.
Under the direction of Ms. Heather Lothar, we'd like for you to just meditate, pray, or engage in another silent activity. Please be respectful of others during this moment of silence. And now, your national anthem, led by the Oologah High School Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early that so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's one of those moments kind of give you chill bumps.
Absolutely.
It's one of my favorite moments of a Friday night football game, that and when the Mustangs run out on the field. So incredible job by our high school choir singing the national anthem. They did that last night at the homecoming parade as well downtown. And, man, an incredible turnout last night for the parade. Just a beautiful night.
It was amazing downtown. It's been building the last few years. Hundreds of people. I can't imagine how many kids from the district were there last night from, first grade cheer, first grade football, all the way up through high school cheer, football, band. It was just an amazing night for our community.
Lots of folks were on hand, and a lot of folks are on hand tonight as the Catoosa Indians come into tonight. They're 0-5. The Mustangs are 2-3. The Mustangs are 1-1 in district, and really in the course of things, that's kind of what happens. That's what matters, because that's what will determine where you land when it comes time for playoffs.
Absolutely. We're sitting at 1-1 right now behind Cushing and behind Wagner. Would be nice. Obviously we're going to play Cushing soon, but it would be nice to slot in if we can't knock them off in that third spot. You still have to go on the road, but you're not facing the other district's number one.
Yeah.
It's an extremely more winnable game. So
anything can happen. I mean,
yes.
As projections look now, I would anticipate, and Cushing and Wagner play tonight, and Blake, throughout the evening, we're going to be watching that because that really is kind of for who's going to be the top of 4A3. But anything can happen. You can lose a couple of key players and so on and so forth, and, Cushing can drop a couple of games. Wagner can drop a couple of games. But we're kind of, as projected, we would really want to be in that number 3 spot, which means we play in the playoffs to the district to the south of us. That is Hilldale, that's Broken Bow, that's Podo, those guys. And they know how to play football down southeastern Oklahoma.
Yes, they do. Lots of state championships coming out of that area. We've traveled there recently in the playoffs. So definitely, and we've made some hay, if you will, through that district in the playoffs. But, yeah, you definitely like to slot in 2 or 3. It'd be a much easier road for you.
We're going to take one more quick timeout. We come back. You'll see the team come out on the field. We'll have the captains. We'll do the coin toss, all that and more. You are watching the Advanced Homes Tailgate Show on the Mustang Network.
Here at Oologah High School, we have a rich tradition of things we're proud of, both inside and outside of the classroom.
Like our presidential scholar, 2018 grad Jamie Morara.
And our 15 Oklahoma academic All-Staters.
Our 32 team state championships.
And our 151 All-State athletes.
And our 116 individual state champions.
And our 32 American FFA degree recipients.
And our 112 state FFA degree recipients.
At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to design a home that fits you and your family. At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to design a home that fits you and your family. With over 25 years in the home building industry, Brian has an excellent ability to take your individual ideas and turn them into amazing blueprints that become your dream home. Advanced Homes is built on a lifelong influence of family in the construction, real estate, and land development industry. Our business is founded on a family orientation that exemplifies quality workmanship, value, confidence, and Christian values. With Advanced Homes, your custom-built home will be one of a kind. Give us a call about our new gated community, Captiva Point, with new secluded 10-acre plots. Captiva Point is located on Lou Ridge Road with 5 boat ramps within 5 to 15 minutes. Advanced Homes. Give us a call today at 918-855-6597 or check out all of our properties on Facebook or our website, advancedhbi.com. Advanced Homes. We don't just build houses, we help you build the home you've always dreamed of.
Well, everybody, welcome back to Mustang Field. It is 2022 homecoming. Brett Kellogg joined by Kevin Hogue. Blake Salt is on the sideline. Charlie Newton. We've got Jason Streeter and Brett Wigington and Rick Fisher. We've kind of amassed ourselves kind of a broadcasting team here.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to branch out and have more guys. We've been able to layer in extra cameras, extra camera angles. Just really proud. It's a lot to pick up too. What Charlie's doing, I'm gonna be honest, I can't do.
Yeah.
So he's got that one. He's got that one up on me for sure.
Charlie's really, really smart, and he's a senior.
Yes, we're going to need to replace him.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you going to MIT next year? Is that what you're doing? I don't know. He's just really, really smart. So the Mustangs are getting ready to come out on the field. It is windy tonight, which normally they would come through that big Mustang, but it was just too windy. I saw Dwight Tackett and team and company down there trying to figure that out, so they're going to bust through the paper. But, man, a lot of great kids out on the sideline as the Stallion Battalion there to bring them on. Let's talk about who our captains are tonight.
Yeah, we got Colin Schrader from left to right. Colin Schrader, A.J. Streeter, Braxton Moore, and then finally we'll finish up with number 24, Nate Morrow.
Mustangs are blue tops, gold pants, a little bit of a traditional look for the Mustangs on a homecoming.
Yeah, we've changed it up a little bit this year, but that's kind of the traditional look, if you will.
They've got that Vegas gold helmet with the Mustang O on the side. They are talking to the officials, and so we're kind of waiting to see what the call is, how we're going to get started. And, man, I'm fired up. I'm excited. It's a beautiful night. There's the coin toss. We're going to wait and see.
We won the coin toss, so we should defer.
Had homecoming just moments ago, and our homecoming king and queen are?
Homecoming king was Jackson Wells, and queen was Brianna Ray.
Brianna Ray, congratulations to them.
Absolutely.
It's a special night. I believe there's a dance.
I am hosting a dance in the high school from 10 to 12. So we're going to cap off a long, great week with a little homecoming dance there in the foyer. And got a DJ setting up as we speak. So
it has been a busy week, and actually something we started 10, 12, 15 minutes before the broadcast. I just tried to put together a slideshow of all the week's activities. The band has been absolutely crazy busy. Football in full swing. It was homecoming. We had a parade, and so
playoff volleyball.
And next week, it's a short week.
Yeah, short week. We have parent-teacher conferences Tuesday night, Thursday morning. Kids will have off Thursday, Friday, and the following Monday for fall break. So it's hard to believe fall break's already here, and finally feels like fall break outside.
Blake, how's the weather down on the field, and do you feel like it's going to cool off as the evening goes?
It feels like it's going to cool off, but the wind doesn't feel like it's going to lay up anytime soon.
Yeah, my whole theory of when the sun goes down, the wind's going to die down, and so far it's made a liar out of me.
Yeah, it has. That flag is straight out. And, guys, can you pan out and show all the kids out there and the band? That's what makes this place special. We talked about everything we've done this week, but look at all the people out there. I mean, we're from the end zone to the 45 of little kids, high school kids, band. It's just really cool to see.
It is a beautiful night. The moon is almost full. The stadium lights are on, and Catoosa has come to town tonight. And here come the Mustangs. Kind of felt like I should say that in the PA announcer guy.
Absolutely.
And the crowd is on their feet, clapping those guys on as we go. Mustangs actually will play next Thursday night, and we are on the road at Skytook.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah, it is.
That's kind of a must-win for the Mustangs. I mean, because Skytook's right there. They find themselves kind of in the middle of the standings. You've got Cleveland and Catoosa kind of at the bottom. They're both 0-5, 0-2 in district play. You got Skytook, Oologah, McLean.
Yeah, Skytook beat Cleveland, so that's kind of the one head-to-head that we've had. Definitely need to win this one, and then we've got to take care of business next week on a short week. So everything gets shuffled around for the coaches, for the players. You know, they'll bring them in on Sunday and do a walkthrough and do, some recovery lifts and things of that nature.
I want to say thanks to a lot of our great sponsors that helped make this happen. One of them is Karen Weeks. with Solid Rock Realtors. You're looking for real estate needs. She can answer all those questions for you. You can go to solidrockrealtors.com and give her a call, 636-3163. Drop by her office downtown. Appreciate Karen and all that she does for this community. And by the way, Chad was one of the inductees into the Oologah Hall of Fame last night.
Good friend. Good to see him on the float and at the banquet last night. Obviously a great former Mustang. He's still a Mustang.
He is still and like, I wish we could have recorded his speech last night and had every student, because he really talked about just the weight of that long blue line, and when he put that jersey on, the responsibility to uphold the brand, and it was really good. There were some really powerful moments throughout the night. Larry Bennett was one of the guys that we inducted in, and Lance Bennett, his son, was there. Lance got a little bit emotional talking to his dad and his uncle about them, and so really, really powerful. The Mustangs are set and ready to kick it away.
Yeah, anxious to see if he puts a big boot on this, tries to get this in the end zone, pin him deep.
Jackson Burchett.
Oh, it fell, but he still kicked it. The ball fell off the tee. I don't know if they'll blow that or if it just is what it is, guys. Blake, did you see that?
I didn't. I thought if it falls off the tee, you get a re-kick.
I thought so, too.
You get a chance to hold it.
And that tees, I think they are going to reset that.
And I was watching.
Or at least Darren's asking for that.
Yeah. I was watching in warm-ups. That happened to both sides, guys, where the ball fell off the tee. Yeah, I think Coach Wagner had to remind them maybe of that friendly reminder of that rule. But and I think they'll give you one time for free. For what I mean by that is the ball blowing off the tee. If it happens again, you have to have a holder. And you're probably going to see that a lot tonight with the wind blowing. And those guys like to kick with the ball straight up and down. And, yeah, you're going to see Davin Shondell holding. It's one of those guys where you just put your pinky on it and you just look away. You don't want to flinch.
So now we got a holder for the Mustangs. That will keep it as Burchett goes to kick it away.
That looked better.
Kind of a good squib kick down the middle into the end zone, so this one will come out.
Yep. What we wanted to see right off the bat. Take
good
advantage
for Jackson.
of the win.
Yep. First and 10 from the 20 as the Mustang defense will come out tonight, and they would really like to make a statement. It would really be nice to put this thing away early. Come out, play strong, play dominant, get a couple of scores early, because Catoosa's got the struggle of, hey, we're 0-5.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, part of coaching challenges, like for us, coming home from Wagner last week, is how do you keep the losses out of their head? And I hate to say it, but tonight you could use that to your advantage if you can jump out and get on top of them early.
Absolutely. We've been there, and you said it perfectly. It becomes a mental hurdle, if you will.
Across the middle, incomplete. Number 9 is their quarterback, Russell Duggar. He is a senior. We've seen him for the last several years.
Yeah, he's a good big athlete, can make some plays, and obviously their playmaker out wide. They'll move him around. They'll look to give him the ball. Screening game, down the field, running game is number 4, Michael Barnett.
And he's a guy that I think they're just getting back, if I'm correct.
You're correct.
Because he's definitely a playmaker. So, man in motion. Handoff right up the middle. Not a lot there. Number
Good job,
3,
Corey Eaton.
DeAndre Hamilton was the ball carrier, but the defensive line will meet him. It looks like he's going to lose a yard maybe.
Yeah, Corey Eaton shed his block and just about took the handoff. Great job by that senior making plays.
This is what you want. It's a third down. Third down and 12.
Big third down. We've done a lot better job this year getting on and off the field on third down. And, he's going to scramble.
We got a flag over here on this far sideline, or the sideline closest to us.
Be anxious to see. Oh, we're going to get a sideline warning on the Mustangs. Got to have a get-back coach. Our get-back coach, it's only 51 seconds in the game. Our get-back coach.
You got to have the guy.
Telling to get back. Usually you get a warning the first time. Yeah, so they're going to send the punt team out, at least being fourth and a long 4. And into the wind, several of our guys were bobbling the ball because it's dying into the wind, guys. So something to watch here. AJ's got to make sure and get under this ball.
It's going to come dead right at midfield, 50-yard line. So you got a 3 and out to start your defensive action tonight. Mustangs get the ball in really good field position to start. And so you're going to take over first down and 10.
Yeah, the exact opposite of the situation last week. Last week, I believe we started on the 7. Now we're starting on the plus side of the field, if you will, and looking to make a big play. How are we going to come out? We're going to come out in kind of a tight bunch set. Ashton in the backfield along with JoJo. Be kind of a quick pitch.
Pitch it around the right side. He's going to break loose.
Ooh, good tackle.
About 8 yards. So great first effort from the Mustangs to get started. He will gain 8. Brings up second down and short yardage.
Yeah, and a good tackle by number 7, Brandon Ball, or he was looking to do some damage there. Second and a long 3. A.J. Streeter going to come in at that H-back spot.
2 Mustangs to the far side. Got one closest to us. Streeter will go in motion to the far side. JoJo Griswold. Got time. Oh, overthrew A.J. Boy, both of them like to have that one back because, man, he had some grass in front of him. He was going to get the first down and then some.
Yeah, just overthrew it. I don't know if he's a little excited or downwind, but just a little tall. A.J.'s pretty much, if he can get his hands on it, he's going to catch it. That was a tall ball and tried to bring it down. But, yeah, he most definitely would have got a first down.
3rd down and 4 with 3 receivers in the set. Joe's going to keep it around the left side, get the first down. He's down to the 30. Going to be brought down at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, and that was probably a touchdown-saving tackle by number 20, Tanner Casey, because they had that well blocked up good. And a good job. We've seen him run the ball more this year, Brent. Having more backups, more guys to make plays. Not afraid to run the quarterback a little bit.
Ashton Wright up the left side. Good heavy run and going to pick up about 9 yards. So, man, they're getting great action on the first down. Blake, you know this former quarterback. It's so important on that first down to get some great yardage.
It is. Second and short's where you want to live. That's where you get some of your exciting plays.
Ashton Wright down to the 5. Going to get him down about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, it was a good cut. He put his left foot in the ground and cut right. And could be first and goal, guys.
You could not have scripted a better start to this game. For your defense to come out, stop them 3 and out, your offense to be productive. Joe going to keep it around the left side.
Touchdown.
Stampede, touchdown.
Yeah, and you saw us go tempo there, guys. I think that's a big part of it. I think that's who we want to be. When it's 100 degrees and 100% humidity, everybody going both ways, it's harder to do that. It's cooler tonight, so you saw us go quick and punch it in quick. And early on, it's 6-0 Mustangs.
Blake, I think it's so important to set the tone for the game early on. You've stopped them. You've scored. And what we were talking about earlier, just getting in between their ears.
Yeah, a 3 and out on defense and then turn around and go score on offense. There's not much better. I promise Coach Wagner didn't have it scripted any different. He didn't want it any other way. So a great start for the Mustangs. Now we just got to keep the ball rolling and, do a lot of good things tonight.
PAT was up, and it is good. So the Mustangs are on top, 7-0. And that wind is still pretty hefty here on the western plains of Rogers County. The moon is shining. It's a beautiful night. If the wind would die down just a little, because it's that time of year, the weather's confusing. You start the morning with a hoodie. A T-shirt will get you through the afternoon, but when the sun goes down, it's anybody's game.
Oh, yeah, you need a hoodie and a blanket, as most of the patrons have here tonight, and that wind doesn't look to be going anywhere.
You see everything from shorts and T-shirts to people with hoodies on and bundled up in blankets, and it's just I'm a warm weather guy.
I am too, but we had extreme warm. You will not hear me complain about cold weather for a while.
This summer was heavy.
And
man.
I saw a stat. They said from June to now, to October 6th, the driest span in the state's history, even drier than the Dust Bowl. Obviously, the Dust Bowl had years of it, but think about that. We had a drier June to October than during the Dust Bowl, guys. We haven't had a lot of rain. I can't even remember when we had rain.
Yeah, it's been a minute. And there's not any in the forecast that I've seen.
I think there's 30 or 40% chance maybe Tuesday.
Maybe so.
But that's it, like on the whole 10-day.
Who I got was Jackson Burchett. And I'm going to tell you, Jackson's off to a good start tonight because he's put 2 kickoffs into the end zone.
He's basically 3 for 3. 2 kickoffs in the end zone,
and a PAT.
1 extra point right through the uprights, doing his job.
So the Indians will start at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, great job, Nate Morrow. We talked about him leading the team in tackles. And they're good running back. Tried to kind of cut back, and Nate was step for step. Did a great job.
And I'm going to give a shout-out right there. That was my guy, Gavin. He set the edge really good and force-sack running back to cut back into Nate, and that's what I mean. There's going to be a lot of just, not going down on the stat book, but him doing his job.
Shotgun formation, handoff up the middle. Looks like he's going to get a couple. So, again, you put them in 3rd down and long situation.
Yeah, exactly like we'd want to. 3rd and 7 into the wind here. And if we can get a stop here and force another punt, we will get great field position again, guys. And it's still early on. We're less than a third of the way through the first quarter, but everything going Mustang way so far.
Catoosa letting their opponent score an average of 46 points a game. They're only scoring 9.2 per game. And so if they're going to have any hope of staying in this, they're going to have to find some offensive productivity. Third down, long, looking to the right side. Man was open. He'll get knocked out of bounds and get the first down.
Yeah, we brought some pressure off the edge. Wasn't able to get to him. They was well picked up. And they threw it where the blitzer came from, if you will. And they're going to get their first down of the game.
We were in an odd coverage. I don't know if I've ever seen that. The back end, our 4DBs were all kind of switched up, and our pressure was odd. Kind of trying to, I think, just kind of getting a look, seeing what that pressure looks like in live action.
Coming up at halftime, we're going to recognize our Hall of Fame honorees. Be part of our halftime presentation. Handoff. Nope. Pass complete over the middle. Gain of about 14. First down and 10 for the Indians.
Yeah, and their quarterback's got a big, strong, lively arm. That was a good job there. And as I say that, they're going to take him out, and they're going to put number 4, Michael Barnett, in kind of a wildcat formation. This is going to be important for us to adjust and recognize. But that was pretty good coverage out there by Ashton. Just gave up some inside leverage, and he was able to complete that for another first down.
First down and 10 for the Indians. Wildcat going to go to the right side, going to get caught 2 yards behind the line. They're going to say he was down for a loss of 2.
Yeah. Good job there by Byers, knifing through and getting him down by the legs. Lost to 2, tackle for a loss in the stat sheet.
Yeah, but that's something you got to look for. You saw the slipperiness of him, and his feet kept churning. His knee hit the ground, but that's something to look for. We're going to have to be able to wrap him up and keep him wrapped up and rally to football to tackle him.
Second down and 12. 6:55 left to play in the first quarter. Mustangs are on top 7-0. Running for his life.
Oh,
Ball
ball's
is
out
on the ground, and it looks like the Mustangs have it.
How about my man Max Becker? I told you I talked to him in the hall, and I was excited for him. Gets the strip sack, if you will, behind the line of scrimmage. Great job, Max Becker, being ready to play when his number's called.
So we held the Indians to a 3-and-out their first possession. The second time, the Mustangs will take advantage of a turnover, and looks like he gets the turnover chain.
Yep. They're going to give it to who recovered. But, yeah, Max Becker caused that fumble. Great job, Max.
Was that Stovall, Tyler Stovall?
Yep.
Yep. All right, Mustang offense. First down at 10. Ball's down at the 44-yard line. Man in motion.
Into around.
Braxton Moore. Going to try to stay alive. I don't think he's going to get much. They're going to say no gain on the play.
Yeah, they did a good job. Did the Indians of stringing that out, if you will, and making it go wide and not north and south until more guys could rally to the ball. So fortunate there to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 10. 2 receivers are to the far side of the field. Got Mr. Hoisington on this side. Joe going to scramble. Got a man wide open left side. Going to pick up 9.
Good collision there by Gavin. Falling forward. Going to be second and maybe a long, I don't know, looked like 2. 3rd and 2.
Yep, 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Mustangs.
You see us keeping the tempo. Oh.
And they're going to get it. Unless we flinched.
Yep, no, it's on them. You see it every week. He's able to draw guys offside out of the shotgun.
There is something about JoJo's cadence. Like,
yeah.
Blake, you're going to have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because there is something about it. There have been multiple times that he has picked up necessary first downs just by the way he says "hut."
Yeah, he does a great job and does it every week. It has to be on film. It has to be something that's talked about, but it still works.
Hand off up the middle.
Big hit there by number 7, Brandon Ball. We've called his name several times tonight.
No gain on the play. Second down and 10 for the Mustangs.
Again, we ran the ball well. We'd like to see us maybe open it up a little bit here. Had some success in the passing game. We missed one wide open that would have went for a first down.
Braxton Moore and Jackson Burchett to the far side. You've got Streeter passing. Oh, no. Oh.
He dropped it, thankfully, because he was gone.
He was gone. There was nobody that could have get an angle on him.
And just another ball that was way too tall. I don't know if he's – it was pretty tight coverage, Blake. I don't know if he was trying to fire it in there, but just way too tall. And we are extremely fortunate there that he dropped that ball.
Yeah, I think the wind's really messing with him. it's hard, because you try to put a little bit of air on the ball, and when it's really windy, you don't have to throw it any harder, but you got to spin it more, and that can be really hard to do. And when you're trying to put air underneath the ball and then make it drop in a spot with this much wind, it's a difficult task.
Mustangs, 3rd down and 10. The longest 3rd down they've had of the evening. Wind is at your back, but that would be an awful long field goal for the Mustangs to attempt.
Yeah, you got to think this is
4-down territory.
For sure. Got two downs to pick this up. And they're crashing that out, and we've hit it a few times. They should see if we go back to maybe an out and up and try to catch them with a big play soon.
JoJo got time, looking for his man to Hoisington in the end zone. Stampede.
Nope.
No,
lost
ball
it.
came loose.
Good coverage, but went up and looked like it hit him. Looked like that was a great job by Joseph.
I appreciate the attempts to getting the passing game open. We've been effective at running the ball tonight, but we've got to make some of those connections, especially if you're going to win some closer ball games down the stretch. You can't be one-dimensional.
100%. You saw that was the issue last week with Wagner.
4th down. JoJo going to just run. He's got to get to the 22, and he didn't even get close. So Mustangs will turn over on downs.
Yeah, and that was more about us, gentlemen, stopping ourselves.
Yeah.
The near interception, the one dropped in the end zone. And then that's just one where he probably got a little antsy, probably needs to stay in the pocket a little bit longer or roll out and try to use his arm to pick up the 1st down. But we'll go back to relying on our defense here. They've done a good job so far. 4:54 here in the first quarter.
1st down and 10 for the Indians as they will move right to left on your YouTube screen. Take a second and hit share if you're a social media user. Folks can join in on Homecoming 2022 across the middle. Great coverage right there. Number 8 for the Mustangs, Joseph Griswold.
Guys, I don't know if I've ever seen that. So the official tried to catch the ball. I mean, if I'm us or them, if there's anyone around, I'm arguing, hey, you're in our way. There wasn't, but typically you see them try to get out of the way.
Right.
He tried to bring it in, Blake.
Yeah, I think it might have been reaction. Just caught him by surprise, I guess.
Number 4 going to be knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, great job by the Mustangs to string that along. And big Colin Schrader making a play there. Saw him scraping. That's what that's called, down the line.
So it's 3rd down. They've lost a couple. 3rd down and 12 coming up for the Indians. Your defense really has put on a stellar performance tonight.
Yeah, so far. Got to get off the field here. We're going to bring some pressure maybe.
Mustangs are showing an outside blitz. They're going to move
shift
that
some
protection to the other side.
Exactly.
A little bit of time to throw across the middle. Passing 10 on the right side to number 11, and that's Damian Bergen.
Yeah, it's going to force a punt. We should get some good field position here. We'll be playing downwind again. Good job by the guys up front there, getting pressure and beating their blocks.
You got 4 minutes, 9 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter, and that means you got 4 minutes with the wind is with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so you want to take advantage of that.
Flag does seem to be fluttering a little bit more than it was maybe when we kicked, so.
Punt's going to stop down about the 46-yard line. It's about a 14-mile-an-hour wind and dropping a little bit, and as the evening progresses, it may not be that big of a factor in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, it's one of those where, they chose the going into the wind so they'd have it in the 2nd and the 4th quarter.
Right.
And it just may not be there in the 4th quarter. You never know, obviously. We're in Oklahoma. Anything could happen.
We will be checking some scores for you. One that I have circled on my score sheet is the Wagner-Cushing game. Both of those are part of 4A3. That's our district. Kind of fighting for top dog position there.
Absolutely. Good hard run there. Kind of saw Ashton disappear into the pile about 2 yards into the play and ended up getting 8. In 4A action, number 3 Poto over Hilldale in the first quarter, 14-0. That's a big matchup in that district. Currently, in the first quarter with 6 minutes left, Cushing is up 7-0.
Okay.
Over Wagner, and that game's at Cushing. So.
Yep. First down for the Mustangs. Ashton Wright will be the ball carrier.
Cushing's got a really, really, really good quarterback. I think he's committed to New Mexico State, something like that, and they're a big, just air raid team, going to throw the ball around. So it's kind of the best matchup against Wagner, because Wagner's a real they're going to send 7. So
first down and 10. 2 receivers to this side of the field. Mustangs are going to stay on the ground around the right side. Ashton Wright going to get the first down.
Coach Wagner's fired up about something. I think maybe there was a block if we could have held on to that could have went for a big, big gain. And like clockwork, Bixby up over Enid. 4 minutes into the first quarter, guys. It's 21-0.
Wow.
Bixby's just a machine.
They are a machine. Pass complete left side, and he was hit. Man. Who was that? Burchett. Yeah, boy, he got hammered.
Yeah, he's going
gonna
down.
Go down for a second.
And again, we talk about injuries. We talk about him doing a great job so far tonight, kicking. See Wagner immediately go up to Nate Morrow. Nate's loosening the leg because on the depth chart, he would be our backup kicker.
While he's down, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more right after this. This is the Mustang Network.
Family. It's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for, the folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
Welcome back to Mustang Field. The injured Mustang on the field was Jackson Burchett. I don't know if we were back in time to see it or not, but he actually ran off the field under his own power. Took quite a hit there. That'll bring up second down and 10 for the Mustangs. They're still kind of struggling a little bit, trying to get that passing game working. And Blake, I think tonight's the night that you want to do that.
Yeah, it is. It really is the night, but you also got it. The wind's a big factor right now, but it's a lot better to throw with the wind than it is into it.
Oh, there's a flag came in, and
I don't know if it was a flag or the ball on the ground.
No, it was a flag.
It was a flag, okay.
But Ashton took a big hit there and got driven back.
He indicated on us. Thrown typically where there would be a hold.
Yeah, and he's going over to their sideline to kind of.
Yeah, holding on the Mustang. So, well, it's a spot foul.
They're going to take it.
It's going to back you up 10 from the spot. Fortunately, he was at the 25-yard line, so it will back you up 10 yards from there. So you're
that hold
down
happened.
14.
As you mentioned, that hold happened down the field. So second and 14 instead of what you would typically see, maybe a second and 20.
Special thanks to Advanced Orthopedics Oklahoma. Trusted for their experience, chosen for their care. Appreciate their support of Mustang Athletics.
New little wrinkle, 2 running backs in the backfield. We motion Ashton out there.
JoJo with some time, across the middle.
Just another ball way too high.
Down. Yep.
And honestly, we were lucky earlier that wasn't picked off. He's going to have to get that figured out, guys.
Yeah, you're going to have to get on top of it a little more, kind of finish your throw. In the wind, it just takes it right out of your hand, and it's going to sail if you don't get a good spin and get on top of it.
The interception from Catoosa, number 2, Dylan Duggar. So they'll take over first and 10.
And here's another thing. We haven't really had a lot of windy days for practice, and so you haven't really got a chance to get used to it. And so the wind's a factor.
First down and 10 for the Catoosa Indians. 2 receivers to the far side. Mustangs are showing an outside blitz.
Good ball fake there. Ooh, great job there by AJ. Great coverage. That was big time there because it's a faster kid probably than AJ, and AJ was all over him. Timed his dive, knocked the ball away. Great job.
Second down and 10. Kind of a tragic situation happened in our district last Friday night as ball games were wrapping up. There was actually a shooting at Tulsa McLean, and kind of been in the news quite a bit because one of the school districts just said we'd rather play safer than sorry. Tulsa McLean does come to Oologah this year. And just hate that a moment like that kind of takes away from the pageantry and the beauty of Friday night because you got coaches and players and fans that are there doing their best, giving their best, and, man, something like that just kind of puts a puts a damper on a whole season.
Yeah, and what I hate is, everyone's saying the football game. We've played them. This will be the 6th year I've been here. We've played them 5 of the years now. This will be the 5th year. Love those kids. Never had a problem.
Right, absolutely.
Had great conversation with them, great conversation with the coaches. We've had them with our actors and athletes tonight with wrestling. And it's just been this will be a fly. Oh, we had him, but we let him go. Hopefully that's a hold because he's now scrambling.
You're going to need to get him out of bounds. I think this is all coming back because that was thrown at a hold. Could be a defensive penalty in the backfield, but I don't anticipate that. Yeah, he's going to indicate that it's them.
And that's an indication just of the athlete he is. But going back to what I was saying, I hate that it's kind of going against the McLean football team, if you will, because it's not their fault. They've always been good kids. We will host them excitedly, just always really respectful and enjoy visiting with them on the sideline.
Yeah, and their basketball team comes, and they've been a part of things that we've done, and just always good kids. And like I say, the kids are trying to do the right thing, and then you have events around that just kind of puts a black eye on it. So, and 4A3 is, I know we're competitors and so on and so forth, but, man, that's kind of northeastern Oklahoma 4A classes, and so when they hurt, we hurt. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll say the testament as an athlete that's played, against McLean in some of those years. They're some of the coolest guys you ever play. I got to wrestle against, some of the teams and play football, and they're great guys.
Screen pass.
Right across the middle. Going to break through. Long way to go before he ever gets to that first down mark. So it's going to bring up 4th down, about 17, I believe.
Yeah, that's going to be against them. Looks like a personal foul. Yeah, they're getting frustrated. Kind of like what you alluded to at the beginning of the game that you potentially could do to them that we saw a little bit of last week with us. But that's just the result of that hold. They had about a 30-yard play. Yeah. They got erased, and that hold was called 7 yards deep, so you ended up with 3rd and 27. And that's not
It's a dead ball, personal foul on the Indians, and that's going to back them up even more.
Yeah, it should be half the distance, guys. And we should get – and the importance of this is we made them go 3 and out, guys, so we're going to make them punt into the wind. There's 57 seconds left. If they would have had a running play or a first down, if you will, they would be punting downwind, much different situation. So this is huge, given the fact that we're up, but we feel like we've left some opportunities on the table.
All right, he's standing in his own end zone to punt that away.
Oh, low punt. This is returnable.
It is. Streeter was going to try, but he was covered.
Yeah, good job by Cleveland. Or, excuse me, Catoosa. Why am I saying Cleveland?
The punt doesn't even get back to where they would have had to get for a first down. Just talks about how their possession went backwards.
Yeah, with the wind.
With the wind, yeah. So the Mustangs will take over. Great field position.
And, guys, look, we got to come away with a touchdown here. We've let some drives slip away. We've been marching when we've just overthrown turnovers. We have to come away with points here.
I'd like to do something. You got 43 seconds left to play until you switch to the other end. Take a stab at it. I know your passing game's not been that effective, but don't give up on it. You're going to send Burchett in motion. JoJo's just going to keep it around the right side. Oof.
Low tackle.
Knocked him out of bounds. About the 23-yard line, maybe 24-yard line. So first down and 10 for the Mustangs.
That's some good misdirection, if you will. You saw Jackson, he is our speedster, running across the front of the formation, kind of that fake jet sweep, and it took the defense a little bit to realize what was going on, and good job there using him as a decoy.
First and 10. Braxton Moore and Burchett are on the left side. Handoff. Ashton Wright. He could break free. Oh, down to the 9-yard line. Boy, I thought he was gone.
Clock should be stopped.
I get ahead of myself sometimes. It should stop for a first down, but I think we're just going to let that run. That's fine.
Yeah, it should be.
Fine. You're fine. Dave Smith's fine. Going to talk about the band. They have had an amazing week. Got a big week coming up next week. Tomorrow they will be at Edmond competing at OBA. It's a big deal. We'll talk about that more in a little bit.
That should take us to the end of the first quarter. With the clock running when it shouldn't have there, we're not going to get another playoff downwind, guys.
Yeah, the clock should stop for a first down. Am I wrong?
Until they set the ball.
Okay.
Until they set the ball. Once they set the ball, it's go time. And that clock run for a good 15, 20 seconds.
Again, the Stallion Battalion competing tomorrow at Edmond at the Oklahoma Band OBA. And last year they placed, believe, better than they ever had in school history, placed 6th. And they feel really good about going into tomorrow's competition. And hopefully the weather will cooperate, because some of their visual effects are tarps and things that they use, and it's really windy. That kind of takes away, may not even be allowed to. They can be allowed to use it, but it would just kind of be a little bit of a frustration. So they competed at Coffeyville this past week and actually won grand champion up there. And last Saturday they competed at Bigsby. Bigsby's a big band tournament. They actually play second behind Sapulpa, and Sapulpa until just a couple of years ago was a 6A school. They're a big 5A. And as Sapulpa came to our invitation we had a couple of weeks ago, have an incredible show. But, man, shout out to Dave and John. I was talking with Dave earlier this afternoon, and he's like, man, this band is playing really, really well. They've got a lot of stuff going for them.
And musically, man, they're so good.
Yeah.
They're so talented. What time do they march tomorrow? Do you know?
I can find out.
The wind after 10 a.m. is down to like 3-4 miles an hour.
Should
so
be great. Yeah, I think they're at 2:30 March time. So, and on Tuesday, we're actually hosting the Oklahoma Secondary School Activities Association.
A Wildcat here.
Yep. Ashton Wright around the left side. Pick up 2 yards.
I don't know what they taught you at Oologah, but in Coweta High School, they taught me that was on the left side of the line.
Did I say right side?
I'm just kidding.
Words are hard. You heard the
directions are hard.
Words are hard.
Another Wildcat. Going to go quick.
Handoff up the right
Touchdown.
side into the end zone. Ashton Wright. Stampede touchdown.
Good to see Jackson going out to the kick. It means he's okay.
And with 11:31 left to play at halftime, Mustangs are on top, 13-0, and Mr. Burchett will have an opportunity to add the PAT.
Yeah, and these into the win are not gimmies, guys.
Ball down, kick on the way.
Yep.
It's good.
I know it's not a gimme, but he sure looked like he had a lot of leg to give there.
He booted that one.
That's promising.
Yeah, he booted that one. Now we're going to be kicking into the wind, so his 2 kickoffs in the first quarter went into the end zone. That will not be the case here, gentlemen. So we're kicking off to some of their playmakers and be important for us to get on the ball quick.
Coming up at halftime, we're going to show the Stallion Battalion show we were just talking about. We're also going to recognize our 10 homecoming inductees.
Fun.
And, cheerleading will be doing a dance, so fun halftime show. Don't go away. I know it might be the opportunity to go pop some popcorn or what have you, but make sure you get back in time to catch everything. Invited Dr. David Williams to stop by. He can talk about all the things that are going on district-wide as well. It's a busy time of year around here for Mustangs, both high school, middle school, upper, lower.
It's always busy. We've added cross-country this year, so that adds another layer of kids out having success.
Had a competition at Claremore, I believe.
Yeah, and our top runner is out. Clinton Stapleton is out right now with an injury, but all 4 gentlemen, Ty Lewis, Cody Goff, Caden Davis, and Lucas Livingston, had PRs.
Yeah.
So that's pretty big time.
Wind's still a factor, so Jackson will have to have a holder.
Yeah, a little different story there, and unfortunately we're going to kick it out of bounds at the 26.
Yeah. That'll give Catoosa pretty good field position from.
And that's good if you're not here as a little point of reference. We were booting it into the end zone and through the end zone, downwind, and into the wind. He hit that as hard as he could, and it went to the 26.
Yeah.
So quite a bit of a difference there.
And it has picked up a little bit. It had dropped a little bit. But
It did.
That
You're right.
flag it seems to be. It's nice and comfortable up here, Blake. I don't know down on the field, like if you can feel the wind, but I'm fine. Are you fine, Kevin?
I'm pretty
good.
toasty. Yeah.
Blake, are you okay?
I'm glad the box is windproof because I can hear it on my mic. It is not down here.
Catoosa trying to get some offense. Batted down at the line,
still
and he's
caught.
still going to make the catch. Number 20, that's Tanner Casey. Should be enough for a first down for Catoosa.
Good play by that young man. Just unlucky for the Mustangs. Ball gets tipped to the line of scrimmage, which is something you teach. We gave him way too much respect and way too much cushion. I know he's pretty quick, Tanner Casey, number 20. But
So it's first down and 10 for Catoosa. They've got 3 receivers in their set. 2 backs in the backfield.
the ball's on the ground.
He's going to just throw it away. There's not anybody there, but I guess he's out of the pocket. So.
Out of the pocket, and the ball went past the line of scrimmage. I believe that's the rule, gentlemen.
You just have to be, and when you're saying outside of the pocket, you have to be just outside of the perimeters of the tackle. So as long as you break that, the end man on line of scrimmage, then you can just throw it away.
Good defense by the Mustangs. It's been strong all night long. Second down at 10 upcoming for Catoosa. 10:50 left to play till halftime. As you can see on your screen, the Mustangs are on top 14-0.
Anxious to see them. They've come out here, both plays downwind, airing it out. They're wanting to take advantage of the win.
Mustangs are on the road next Thursday night. It won't be a Friday night game because of fall break, but we'll be on the road at Skytook next Thursday. Hand off up the middle. Nothing there. Matter of fact, he may have even lost a yard.
Yeah, good job there by Tyler Stovall. Met him there at the line of scrimmage and drove him back.
Aiden Scraper, the ball carrier for Catoosa. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 11.
Important to get off the field here.
So when there is a homecoming dance,
yes, sir.
Does high school admin get to? Do they get to dance?
I guess that's an option, but
it's not one you're going to take.
Yeah, it's not something I typically. I can't sing and I can't dance, guys. I would like to be able to do both.
At least you're self-aware.
Yeah, I'll host all the dances we can, but
pass intended number 4 for Michael Barnett. They're glad to have him back in the roster. Michael would like to have that one back because that would have been a 1st down and about 4 more yards to add on. So it's 4th down and 11 upcoming for Catoosa.
Yeah, he was kind of rolling out. Ball was a little low, but definitely should have been caught. And missed opportunity for them because that would have been a big 1st down. He catches that, then they're probably in 4-down territory from then on. Forced another punt attempt.
They're going to be punting with the wind.
Yeah, I think AJ probably needs to go a little further back. Ooh, kind of a high, poofy snap. Not the greatest punt. He's going to call for a fair catch.
He'll take it about the 22-yard line. So the Mustang offense will come over and start 1st down and 10. Blake, what do you want your offense to do? What do you want them to do in this possession? You got 9:57 left to play. You're up by 2 touchdowns. What would you like to accomplish in this drive?
I mean, obviously you want to go put 7 points on the board, but I think it's important to get our running game, and make that we can live on that, especially with the wind as hard as it's blowing at this point, and try to keep, if we're going to throw the ball, keep it short where we're not having to air it out and put it way up in the air.
1st down and 10 for the Mustangs. They've got 3 receivers. Going to be an end around. Jackson Burchett, he's the speedster. If he can get the corner, he could get some room, be knocked. Ooh, ball's loose, but I think they're going to say he was down.
That's another. He already took 1 big hit. That's another big hit.
He does ask to come off.
Yeah. Braxton Moore unable to hold on to his block a little bit there. Was blocking that. I mean, I'll give him some credit, though. That takes a long time to develop, Blake, and he was holding his block for a long time and just unable to sustain it. Oh, it's going to be illegal procedure.
We were trying to get a man on. Nobody came on for Burchett, and when we tried to get a man on, he was actually offsides.
Oh,
we just came on the wrong side of the field, and
that makes sense. Kind of a mental error. Like Coach Wagner was so upset. Yeah. Davin Shondell, number 81, into the game. Top of your screen in the slot.
JoJo going to roll around. He's comfortable out of the pocket. What a hit, man. Streeter.
Anxious to see what that was. I was watching Streeter. That looked clean. Personal foul against Catoosa.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we saw AJ in a similar situation at the end of the game with Larimore get called. That was a good hit there, clean hit. Didn't see that. That's on me. I was not watching.
So that'll be a 1st down for the Mustangs. Those are costly penalties when you're playing frustrated. And, man, you had a relatively good defensive possession there for the Indians, and now you get a 1st down and 10 and move the ball 15
yards. That's their 2nd
yards.
personal foul of the game.
Ashton Wright going to break a tackle. Going to cut to the outside, down to the 40, down to the 35, brought him down to the 31-yard line, 32-yard line. Good hard running.
Yeah, great job there. Not just exploding and going fast as he could, Blake. Really used his blockers and made 4 or 5 cuts there on one run.
Yeah, smart running. Not only is he an athlete in space, but his vision downfield is really remarkable.
Hand off Nate Morrow. Giving Ashton a quick blow here.
Ashton's already got 108 yards on the night, guys, and we're barely into the second quarter.
Yeah, and with the wind and just the inaccuracy that we've shown throwing the ball, I think you're going to see us lean pretty heavily on that line.
Especially when you're moving to the north in that strong north wind. They're just going to keep handing it to Ashton and Nate. Nate's in there as a running back right now for the Mustangs. Second down and 8 coming up. He's gone. Yeah. Down to about the 14-yard line. First down and 10 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, touchdown saving tackle by number 8, Seth Charles. Playing a little safety there for Catoosa. You're going to see us go quick again. Nope.
19 seconds on the play clock. Joe just going to run it to the left, down to the 5-yard line. Close to a first down. Matter of fact,
just a little shy. About a half a yard shy.
The far side official called the chains, and then this guy that's closest to us kind of took a step. So it's going to be second down and a yard.
We're going to go back to that Wildcat look again, looks like.
Ashton Wright will basically be in the quarterback spot as a running back. Move Hoisington. First down.
Touchdown.
Stampede touchdown.
Yes, sir.
Coach Noble fist bumping on the sideline. He's excited to see the offense moving.
Yeah, you know, a former Mustang great offensive lineman loves to see some pounding running going on down there.
When I was in high school, Coach Weeks, we always used to do, if we rushed for 250 or more, linemen got pancakes, and everyone who ran the ball was invited to eat pancakes with the linemen. And those were some great days.
I'm disappointed. I was never invited to that.
I don't know what to tell you. We put
I love
down
pancakes.
Some pancakes.
Mustangs are going to back up 5 yards.
Yeah, and I know he kicked one plenty good earlier, but that does come into the wind.
Ball down, kick on the way. And it is no good to the left. Kind of a awkward kick. Mustangs still on top, 20-0. Guys, it seems like we've struggled just a little bit throughout 6 games. We inevitably seem to miss a PAT in our kicking game.
I think we've done it every game that we've scored. Obviously, we didn't score against Wagner, so this would be our 5th out of 6 games we've missed an extra point. And, it cost us against Claremore. We were chasing it all game.
Long. Yep.
And at the very end, when we scored, instead of being down 1 and being able to kick an extra point to potentially tie the game, we had to go for 2 and didn't get it. And so really, really need to clean that up.
Interesting story coming out of the Hall of Fame. And of course, we had a meet and greet for all the inductees and for folks that necessarily couldn't be at the banquet last night. And Brady Despain, who's our Director of Facilities and Operations, was talking to Larry Bennett. And the Mustangs won a state championship in basketball in 1965. Man, there were some great stories about that team and just how good they were. The following year, as Burchett kicks it away, the Mustangs started 11-man football. Brad's going to bring him down.
Good job there by the kickoff coverage team.
So the fall of the next year, the Mustangs started 11-man football. A little fun fact for you, trivia fact. The first person to score a touchdown for the Oologah Mustangs, none other than George Lamberson.
Really?
Scored the first Oologah Mustang touchdown.
Pretty cool. I know you mentioned a cool stat last night down at the parade. I think you said Danny Bennett's high school career in basketball. He's my neighbor, coached a lot also as well in the area, but now in the Hall of Fame here.
82-8.
82-8,
he was on
guys.
the team.
8 losses in your 4 years.
That's 2 losses a year. That's a big deal.
That is pretty amazing. Oh.
Pass complete on the left side.
Oh, ball's out.
Loose. I don't know if they'll say he's down or not.
Max is going the wrong way, my man. He got excited.
They're going to say the ball's
Boy, and I don't know. I'm going to need someone out there watching
back up 10 segens.
I feel like everybody has my cell phone, so I'm going to need somebody,
If
based
not,
on the
I'm
amount
gonna
of
give it
text.
out here to second the third quarter.
I'm going to need somebody to text me if that was a fumble, because, man, it looked like his knee was up, guys.
Full disclosure, we do have instant replay technology. We are just working on that. It has not worked well. He's going to gain about a yard. Yeah, it was ball. It was ground caused.
Oh, okay. There you go. See? I have 20/10 vision, but I'm about 100 yards away from where that play was made, so.
Well, I wear bifocals, so if you're depending on me. Caught in the backfield, lost about 4 yards.
Yeah, we've been consistently able to get pressure and sending pressure, and that was a really slow developing run play, and that was doomed from the start.
Max Becker, we've called his name a lot tonight. He was able to get through there. Not necessarily typically the starter, but he's starting for Jaden Tanner tonight.
Yes, he is. They're going to go trips to the near side of the field, and it's going to be important for us to get off the field here, force a punt, get the ball back before half, and if maybe get some more points.
Third down, 14 for the Indians. Mustangs show a blitz and bring some pressure. Just a miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver on the left side.
Our receiver ran the wrong route, or the quarterback threw the wrong route, one or the other, and that's going to force a punt.
Tanner Casey, the intended receiver for Catoosa. So it's fourth down, 14. 5:11 left to play until halftime.
Low. Nope. Thought about it.
And AJ's just going to let it go. It's going to take a Catoosa bounce down to about the 15. Keep in mind, they were punting with the wind. And so it's just not necessarily on the ground, but it will certainly add while the ball's in the air. Straight up 5 minutes left to play until halftime. The Mustangs are on top 20-0. Didn't know what to expect from Catoosa because they have a couple of their guys on their roster back tonight. So Wagner certainly had his boys ready tonight, but I think the first half, guys, is pretty much gone as you would hoped and expected.
Yeah, and if anything, we probably missed an opportunity or two with the turnover and just, missing some completions. But other than that, been a pretty clean game and no real penalties on the Mustangs either.
So first down and 10. Catoosa's going to show blitz. Joe's just going to keep it up the middle. Going to catch about 3 yards.
Game of interest. Cushing, number 1 in 4A, currently up 14-0 over Wagner. 9 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Had the opportunity to meet the play-by-play guy for Catoosa tonight. And I think they have seen Cushing. I'd have to go back and look at it. I think, and he had nothing but great things to say about Cushing and just their depth. And yeah, they lost to Cushing last week, 7-63, and so it might be interesting to see. Wagner's on the road at Cushing. Cushing's on top early.
Another score of interest for us. Two foes in our district. Miami at Skytook. Currently, Miami winning 14-7. 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
First down and 10 for the Mustangs. With 3:58 and counting left to play till halftime. Got a lot of fun stuff coming up for you at halftime. You don't want to miss that. JoJo got all the time in the world.
That was a good pass. Braxton Davis. Very accurate, hitting right in the numbers. Braxton just kind of sat down in a zone, if you will, made himself available, and a good pass there by Joseph Griswold. And the clock, not a factor, but kind of is, guys. 3:30 remaining. Going to have to go quick.
Excited to see him get the passing game involved. Been effective running. We're going to stop that one dead. Mustangs are going to back up 5.
Yeah, and that's the type of passing play that I would like to see kind of early on in the game to get Joe in a type of rhythm. Sometimes, the deep ball, you can get. It's hard to get in a rhythm on those little chunk plays. You can kind of really feel out, what the game feeling like. How's your arm feeling, and then it's really time to take a shot and you're ready.
Puts the Mustangs back at second down and 8. 3:18 left to play as the clock is ticking. Joe across right side. Late hit out of bounds from number 4. Michael Barnett. There was a flag that hit, so I'm assuming that's going to have to do with
probably driving him into the ground. Yeah, that's going to be 15 yards. This will be their 3rd personal foul of the game.
Just playing frustrated, and, man, it's cost them 3 big times because there they would have had a 3rd down opportunity to stop the Mustangs. But instead, that personal foul will give us an automatic 1st down and 10. Want to say some special thank yous to Sparks and Company Photography for allowing us to use some of their pictures. She does an incredible job. Posted some great pictures of the parade last night.
Yeah, she does a great fake end around. She does a great job and just does it for the community. She says she considers that her gift and just free pictures. She does a great job and they're beautiful.
Gain of 16, 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs. Joe just on the quarterback keeper, kind of up the left side, cut back into the middle. So with 2:49 and counting, you got an opportunity to put one more score on the board here. Mustangs have all 3 of their timeouts.
Yeah. Getting a couple bigger chunk plays there helps as far as the time goes. So time not really a factor right now. Collinsville, our foe to the south, currently leading Nathan Hale 35-0 in the 2nd quarter.
Chad Weeks, one of our inductees, he's the offensive line coach at Collinsville, and had a chance to talk with him. They kind of have an eye on McAllister. McAllister's pretty good this year. Of course, Collinsville.
How about this? Coweta shellacked McAllister last night.
Really?
Yeah, 1 versus 2.
Yeah.
And think about the Coweta game. Think about how good Wagner's defense is. Coweta beat Wagner 9-7.
Yeah.
That was a slugfest. But, man, Coweta put it on McAllister last night. Kind of surprising, honestly. McAllister's had the upper hand in 5A over them the last couple of years, but big time by the Coweta Tigers.
Collinsville, I think, has their eye on another gold ball run, but they've certainly got a big task at hand. Grove is good as well, now playing 5A ball. Handoff the right side. Ashton Wright on the carry.
A little short of the 1st down.
Yep, looks like he's going to gain about 7, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Mustangs with 2:08, 2:07 as the clock continues to tick away.
Shop American Bus, proudly supporting Mustang football.
Mustangs aren't really in a hurry. You'd like to see them. You'd like to see them take advantage of this, get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, 1:49 left. Perhaps
Joe's going to
relying on those timeouts.
Well, they've got 7 seconds on the play clock, so they either going to have to get the ball off or going to call a timeout. And I think.
Yeah, Coach Wagner going to call a timeout.
No, they called a flag. Or a flag flew.
I think he's going to say we got the timeout before.
Yep. All right. So with that timeout, we'll take one as well. Be back with more right after this on the Mustang Network.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.
Mustang family, don't miss a minute of live Mustang action or info about events or happenings at Oologah High School. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our high school Facebook page today.
We are a minute and 38 seconds away from halftime on Homecoming 2022. The Catoosa Indians have come to town. Hello, everybody. I'm Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue. Dr. Hogue is bringing me refreshments.
I put in a special request.
You did.
She's a good one.
She's a good one. I'm not sure how you must have some major blackmail. Get her to say
I tell
yes
everyone
to a
I
proposal,
obviously must be a great listener.
And I hear the
she
laugh.
just laughs.
I hear the laughter.
It's not my looks. I mean, I don't know.
Well, 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs.
And we are going to have to go quick here, guys. All jokes aside, we have 3 timeouts, but we need to go quick. $1:14 left here in the 1st quarter.
It's 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs. Handoff up the middle, down to the 15, down to the 9, or excuse me, 11-yard line.
That's going to get you stop the clock, but a touchdown-saving tackle by Tylen Rogers, number 6 for Catoosa.
Coming up at the end of halftime, we'll be announcing who the parade winners were from last night's homecoming parade. So, be announcing that towards the end.
Yeah, 53 entries into the parade.
That's crazy. That's awesome. And a lot of that does go to Miss Hogan. We talked about that in the pregame, but just her work and the help from all the folks down at the chamber and the downtown part of Oologah. Just a fun night.
Yeah, it was great to be down there and see all the kids smiling, having a good time. And
even Blake Salt's parents were on a float last night. Blake, how'd you manage to put them on a trailer?
I don't know. Some alumni, I guess.
Timeout, Catoosa.
Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. Be back with more right after this.
Here at Oologah High School, we have a rich tradition of things we're proud of, both inside and outside of the classroom.
Like our presidential scholar, 2018 grad Jamie Morara.
And our 15 Oklahoma academic all-staters.
Our 32 team state championships.
And our 151 all-state athletes.
And our 116 individual state champions.
And our 32 American FFA degree recipients.
And our 112 state FFA degree recipients.
.48 seconds away from halftime. The Mustangs have the ball. Jackson Burchett, the speedster, around the right side.
Touchdown.
Stampede touchdown.
We saw the fake one earlier. We hit the real one there, and a nice job by Jackson Gill being down the field, getting in front, making a block there to his last guy. And there's your who you got guy.
I was fixing to say, Blake, I don't really want to point anything out, but I did have Jackson Burchett for who. I've just watched him grow, specifically the last couple of weeks as a player. He's just really matured a lot. And some of that comes with just being on the field.
Yeah, just getting reps.
Yeah, being a freshman, he got to see the field a little bit. They utilized his speed. Mustang's going to go for 2 to try to get that missed PAT back.
Throw back, wide open.
And back to the corner, that is Braxton Moore to complete the pass, so the 2-point conversion is good.
Yeah, that feels big to me, guys. I know we were up 20-0. They didn't have a lot of momentum, but, man, just kind of step on their throat, if you will, right before halftime. I think that makes that halftime speech a little harder for the Catoosa coaching staff.
Yeah, and Blake is a player. How important is a game like this after last week at Wagner and really just getting punched again? How important is this for building confidence for what your team can accomplish?
It's big, and it's also big to get kind of back in your groove because at Wagner, as an offense, you didn't really get to do anything. And so to come out and be able to execute your offense and be able to, have a good defensive game and really just get in a groove and put points up on the board, it does a lot. Plus, you get to come back at home. It's homecoming. It does good in the community. You're excited. You get to honor those who, came before you in that long blue line, and it's just a really special thing. But it's great for our team, just their morale of it, of getting to put up, 28 points in the first half after that Wagner game last week.
40 seconds left. Burchett will kick into the wind.
Gonna squib it low.
Which is honestly, take a chance and maybe they muff it,
He just went down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And really into the wind, that's about all you can hope for. That's not bad.
Blake, you mentioned when you've got alumni here, and Chad Weeks, one of our Hall of Fame inductees. Chad went on, had a great college career at Pitt State, just to the north of us up in Kansas. He was actually inducted into their Hall of Fame.
I was going to say, he got inducted into their Hall of Fame before he got inducted in our Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he gave a great speech. Like, he may be coaching at Collinsville, but Chad is still a Mustang. He's still got blue blood in his veins. And he talked about just as a young kid, watching those guys who had gone before him win those games and what it felt for him as a high school player to put on that blue jersey and just repping the brand, just representing that long blue line and the weight that his team pursued that with. His first year as a starter, they went 1-10. And he said, man, we just made that determination over the summer. We're going to get better. We're going to fix this. We're going to turn things around. To the following season, went 10-3, made it all the way to semis.
Yeah, and I think I've heard him kind of tell that story. But being able to gather a group of young men and just say, hey, that level is not acceptable, and making a commitment over the winter, the spring, and then ultimately the summer, and then coming into camp and making it happen. That's pretty special and big time, and that's kind of when you started to take off again for the Oologah Mustang football team.
For that second batch,
yeah.
Yep. Miami.
I had a chance. I got a chance for him to, be my coach, and he was the offensive coordinator for a few years while I was quarterbacking, and he's such a special guy. We had a really great relationship, and he was such a great coach. I enjoyed him a ton, and he was one of those guys, lineman through and through, He coached those guys to have my back, and he had my back. And I just want to shout out to Coach Weeks. If you ever hear this, man, thank you for all you did for me and in my football career.
And I got to tell you, just one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Oh, yeah.
My son wasn't necessarily an athlete. Landon was a band kid, but absolutely loved Coach Weeks' class. And even to this day, when I talk to Chad, he'll go, "How's Landon doing?" And man, he's a product of Oologah, not only as an athlete, but just the character of a person. His family, big Oologah folks. Look there. Oh, man. A receiver is going to want that one back.
Yeah, Street's going to want that one back. He might have been thinking about what he was going to do with it when he got it. Been nice to have that put into this half. But, yeah, Coach Weeks just all around good guy, great family. Got his 3 girls. They go to school here. Love the Weeks family.
Stillwell on top of Fort Gibson, 52-33 was a game actually played, I believe, last night.
Yeah. Fort Gibson's been decimated by injuries.
McLean beat Cleveland yesterday, 15-0.
Good job there by Tyler Stovall sniffing out that middle screen, because if he wasn't there, it was blocked up pretty well, guys.
Michael Blendowski was the receiver. Correction, Tanner Casey. No, I believe that was Blendowski.
That's going to do it.
So, yep, that should do it for half. We're going to take a quick – actually, Blake, if you can get a hold of coach, that'd be great. Let's just stay here till you get him. Talk about how he feels, how the team has done in the first half. And then we've got some halftime festivities coming up we want to talk about. Blake, take it away, buddy.
All right, Coach, a lot better performance here tonight at homecoming, 28-0 going into halftime. What are your thoughts overall in the game?
Well, we won the toss, deferred, and took the win. And we felt like it was that important to get on top. We need a fast start. Sometimes we're slow starters, so we went ahead. We knew they'd take the ball, so we took the win and kicked from the clock, and so we were able to capitalize on it a little bit. I thought defense played well when they had the win. The offense had an unbelievable drive, banging it out into the wind. And that really turned the momentum of the game. Plus, it's eating the clock, and they don't have it. So proud of the kids, but been here before. Got a long ways to go.
Yep. We'll see you in the second half, Coach. You're looking good. Thank you.
Good job, Blake and Coach. So what's going on the field now? The cheerleaders are out there. And, Kevin, this is actually – they include some of the alumni.
Yeah, I see some alumni sprinkled, some high school cheerleaders, I believe some junior high cheerleaders, a little bit of everything going on out there. A few generations of Mustangs.
So we're going to let the field mic take it and kind of let the camera guys do some work and let you enjoy this for just a moment.
Shout out to the class of 1982, their 40th high school reunion.
Blake, that music, there we go. As the alumni cheerleaders are coming off the field, you can see amassed is our first Hall of Fame class. I'm going to let Ken Jensen do the talking.
To midfield. The Oologah-Talala Athletic Department would like to welcome the Oologah-Talala Athletic Hall of Fame inaugural class of 2022. They are a part of the historic long blue line. They are the very first class to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and were honored last night at a Hall of Fame banquet for all of their accomplishments. Joining them on the field is Brady Despain, Hall of Fame Chairman, and Amanda May, Oologah-Talala Director of Athletics. Please welcome Peggy Brunson Van Kuren. Class of 1954, participated in basketball and softball. Dan Bennett, class of 1965. Dan participated in basketball and volleyball. Larry Bennett, class of 1967. Participated in basketball, football, track, and field. Vanessa Welch, class of 1978. Participated in basketball. Clay Holly, class of 1980. Participated in wrestling. Lance Bennett, class of 1989, participated in basketball and track. Aaron Rowlett Weens, class of 1994, participated in basketball and soccer. Garrett Simpson, class of 1998, participated in baseball and basketball. Eden Inslee Weens, class of 2000, participated in basketball, soccer, and track. And Chad Weeks, who is presently coaching at Collinsville tonight, being represented by his mother, Karen, and daughters, Vera and Maylin and Whitney. Graduating class of 2002, participated in football. Congratulations to the inaugural class of the Hall of Fame of Oologah-Talala High School.
That's a pretty cool moment right there, guys. Just that long blue line and kind of dominated a little bit by basketball. I mean, I know Oologah has been a football powerhouse, but actually between 1990 and 2000, Oologah was the most successful athletic program in the state of Oklahoma across all classes.
Yes, sir.
And went to the state championship game in football 4 times, brought the gold ball home twice. I think 4 softball state championships. And I know we got a lot of basketball folks in here. I actually have the privilege of being on that committee, and I know in the years to come as we take more people, there's going to be some of those great softball players, going to be some of those football players. And Garrett Simpson, cool to see him, probably one of the only Mustang athletes to ever actually get paid as a professional athlete. He was drafted by the Milwaukee Brewers and then played in their organization for a little bit, played for the Tulsa Drillers, actually was a Texas Longhorn for a year. And so, man, that's a cool moment for longtime Oologah folks. So, Blake, let's start with you and talk just your kind of thoughts about the first half and the Mustang productivity.
I think there's a lot of positive. It's good to see our offense kind of get on a roll. There's a couple drives there, and I think we missed some big opportunities that honestly just put more points on the board. I don't know that it makes a ton of difference, but they're definitely coaching points in the half. But I think our defense is playing really well. We're doing a good job of not letting the Indians' frustration get to us and cause us to make rash decisions. And it's interesting to see this win. It doesn't seem like it's letting up, but like Coach Wagner said, that drive by the offense, they just pounded the ball all the way down, made a couple good throws there by Joe, and it was really great to see our offense, look like a true offense that's balanced and able to drive the football down the field more than just handing it off to Ashton. And so it's just really great to see our offense getting back into a groove after last week.
Yeah, and you mentioned Ashton. He's currently leading us with 16 attempts, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But overall, the team has 250 rushing yards. Blake, we'll be getting some pancakes.
Yeah.
Don't think I forgot about that. 8.3 yards a carry. And you mentioned it's kind of been a double-headed monster, if you will. Joseph has 84 yards. Ashton has 132 yards. There's a few other mixed in. I still think if we're going to be a team that goes to the playoff and is capable of winning the game, we're going to have to get the passing game going. Only 3 for 9 for 23 yards and 1 interception. So not maybe in the position on the scoreboard to really work on that in the second half. You're up 28-0. But I think, as you mentioned, maybe hit some of those hitches, some of those quicker routes, and get our timing down and build some confidence in the passing game.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break here and let the band actually kind of steal the show for a minute at halftime. Blake, if you could turn that microphone around so we can make sure we hear the Stallion Battalion. And hope you enjoy the halftime show. We'll be back with more first half thoughts after their performance.
Our directors are John Matthews and David Smith. The additional staff, Becca Nutter and Lori Berger on the guard, and Dalton Edwards on percussion. Drum majors, is your band ready? And now we'll make the presentation for the Oologah Area Chamber of Commerce. Thrilled to announce that there were 53 entries, a wonderful parade, and a safe and fun pep rally. Our community showed up in a big way for the homecoming parade. We'd like to announce our winners. Number one, Most School Spirit, your own Oologah Stallion Battalion Marching Band, led by John Matthews, Dave Smith, and Dalton Edwards. Taking first place. Coming in second, Best in Theme, third grade Oologah Mustang Cheer Squad. Coach Marissa Jennings and Stephanie Mathis. Brecklin Lee, Amelia Rankin, Briley Stice, Mackenzie Mathis, Harper Board, Serenity Smith, Emery Wilson, Grace Laurent, Ella
Hello Mustang family, I'm Jane Standiford here with Landon Harvey, and this is Chalkline Insurance Student Spotlight of the Week. So Landon, how long have you attended Oologah?
I have been here my whole life, but I moved from Miami when I was like 3 years old.
What activities do you do?
I am currently only invested into competitive drama.
What is one high school highlight?
Last year, during our spring play, one of our actors had come on way too early, said their line, and if the line would have continued, it would have messed up the play. So I had to improvise, and I said something, everyone laughed, and everyone thought it was part of the play, so it kind of just saved the whole play itself.
Who is your hero?
My hero would be Mrs. Dinslow, because throughout, I've had her all 4 years of my high school life, and I've seen students like in there that just hate acting. They hate going out in front of people, and she brings that out in them, and she makes them have fun in that class, whether it be acting or doing tech work, and she just makes everyone enjoy the classes she's in.
And what are your plans after high school?
I plan to either go into psychology or to go into the fine arts and go into a film school.
Thank you. This is Chalkline Insurance Student Spotlight of the Week. Now back to the game.
Welcome back to the Mustang Halftime Show. Hello, everybody. Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt. $1:28 left to go until we get started in the third quarter. Kevin, one-act play, doing the thing right now. I know we just saw that in our spotlight.
Yeah, ironically, we had Landon Harvey as our spotlight, and he ended up being our all-star actor. He was named to the all-star list. We hosted the regional one-act play competition. We tied for first, guys, going to state. And our tech crew, if you will, won first. And actually a couple of the judges stood up and applauded how great they did, the tech team. So really proud of Mrs. Dinslow and those guys, and Landon Harvey being an all-star actor. That's kind of a precursor, if you will. At state, you can become an all-state actor or actress. So looking forward for big things for them and excited for them. I know they work really hard. It's first hour, drama's first hour, and they get after it, and they get in the auditorium before school starts. And they have done a tremendous job this year. They got a great show.
And that, like, you don't just get in a Suburban and go to state. Like, there's a lot. Like, you see U-Haul trucks make that happen.
Yeah, it's called load in and load out. So you load in all your props and your equipment, and, you're going to have different props, if you will, just on stage for each individual performance. And, you see U-Hauls and tons of trucks and trailers, and it takes a while. So even though the competition was yesterday on Thursday, they were loading in on Wednesday, and they stayed pretty late last night to load out. So a big undertaking. Obviously took over the school, if you will, but really proud of them. Mrs. Dinslow works as hard as anybody. Been here a really long time.
There were buses everywhere.
Yes, people everywhere.
Early, too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Blake, getting ready to kick off second half. Your thoughts before we get rolling here?
Blake's playing catch.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Give me a second. I'm warming up for Joe.
He put us on hold. I was going to say, there's no way.
I just got on hold for Joe. That's fine.
There's no way he's good enough to play one-handed catch. So
yeah, no, it's absolutely fine. Catoosa did not bring their band tonight, so they didn't march. Sometimes at this time of year, like last week, this week, those halftimes get extended because bands are in competition season. And Catoosa has an incredible band.
Yeah, they do.
And they're one of those that kind of on our radar that when we go to competition, we want to certainly be competitive with and hopefully have the opportunity to beat them. The Stallion Battalion will be marching in competition at OBA tomorrow in Edmond. I believe that's a middle of the afternoon march. And that's a big – so that's kind of where the state championship, if you will, for marching band and stuff comes from. They played 6th last year. They really like their chances to finish higher that. They've got some goals that they want to do, finish at least in the top 5, maybe even the top 3. And talking to Dave Smith, who one of the band directors, this band's playing. They sound really, really good, as you got to watch here just a moment ago.
Yeah, I think it's a great show. It fits them.
Yeah.
They have a great kind of jazz, as you know, ensemble, and we highlight some of that. But just the music, and you leave when their show's over, man, you just feel good. Sometimes the shows are very dramatic and get you in your feels, if you will. This one's very uplifting, and you just leave. And when it's over, you're like, man, that was really great.
Yeah.
So,
shout out to the class of
93.
There you go. I got Kenton saying, or Kent saying it though. Class of 93, or actually got down there in time just to take my group picture. So
take your group picture. I enjoy looking at those panels every year. Had a substitute.
We have to bring that up.
Had a substitute today who brought up Coach Noble and said, hey, I was here when Coach Noble was going through, and I can't remember. Went over and found him on the panel. Pretty cool.
I had a mullet.
And a mullet, huh?
So for the longest time in the school board room, my picture was my mullet and mustache.
Guys, I made some bad decisions. I think Blake's making one right now with his mustache, but I had never had a mullet. Never had a mullet.
I'm just going to let that go. Because you were bald by 8th grade, weren't you?
I had flowing hair. What are you talking about?
All right, I'm going to have to talk to the good doctor and get some picture proof.
My kids, actually, when they got old enough, start realizing how the world works, and then they would look at our, wedding pictures, and the first time I remember Callie seeing our wedding picture, she said, Mom, who's that with you in that picture in your Marion dress because I had hair, and they have never seen me with hair.
Yeah.
So
and like you don't wear glasses a lot, and I think a lot of those pictures you had glasses on. Like some of those
Yep.
older pictures I've seen of you on Facebook. You
Yep,
had glasses,
definitely
so-
different. Had some LASIKs. Thank you, good doctor.
Congratulations to our winners from the parade last night. Most school spirit actually went to the Stallion Battalion Marching Band.
Yeah, they bring it.
Best in theme, third grade Oologah Mustangs cheer. And then best parade winner went to the Oologah Senior Citizens Club, and they were actually the Wizard of Oz theme. And, man, they went all out. So congratulations to them. I want to thank our community. Thank the Chamber and just for the work that they do just to make fun events like that happen. Like we'll have the Christmas parade. And
Yeah, I was
Pioneer
going to say,
Day
you said
parade.
Christmas parade. I had someone go, hey, aren't you glad you're done with the parade and Shelly's done with the parade? I'm like, well, we just start the next one.
Yeah, it's like
The next one just keeps rolling around. So Christmas parade will be great. Wow.
Ashton Wright's going to get out of a pile and pick up a couple of yards. Still going to be about a third down and 7.
Second down.
Second down. 11 and counting. Just going to keep it on the ground. There's not much there.
No.
I'm going to say he picked up about a half a yard just with forward momentum.
Big third down here. You'd like to come out. You wouldn't be 3 and out per se, but you don't want to give up the ball this quick. You'd like to put something together and just let Catoosa know that you came out of the half and you're going to keep doing what you've been doing.
JoJo find his man on the left side. Mr. Gavin Salt going to pick up about 30.
Yeah, and that's more like it. That was a great pass by Joseph with the guy in his face. They didn't really bite on the bootleg, and he's able to hit H-back Gavin Salt right between the numbers, and he making such an accurate pass. Blake, you can take off and run.
Yeah, and I just want to say.
Here we go.
That's my guy.
That's my guy.
My guy's leading all the stats, so you guys can say whatever you want.
Oh, that was the easy pick.
My guy's going over 200.
There he goes. He's going to be at 14 right there and move the chains. A first down and 10 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, he's a beast. Just the vision and the way he can run the ball is something that you really like to watch.
He does have great vision. A lot of guys can run and run fast and run hard, but are they a running back? Do they have that running back vision?
I'm going to say a big thank you to our camera operators tonight, doing a great job. Mr. Streeter is a new addition to the team. And then Brett Wigington, I think this is his third year running camera for, maybe fourth. Did he start as a freshman?
4 years.
It's 4 years.
He held up for it. He's done a great job, and we're going to miss him. We've been able to count on him every year, every game.
He can't graduate.
Whether
He's
it's
gonna have to come
home.
back.
I can make that happen.
Yeah.
Does he get like a little camera on his Letterman on his O?
Look.
How does this work?
He gets a cameraman Letterman. There you go. JoJo going to keep it up the middle. Going to get about 8 on the carry. Guys are getting some great chunk plays in that early sets of downs. So it's going to bring up third down and 2. Very manageable, very manageable. Nate Morrow around the right side.
Oh, ball's loose.
Oh. And Catoosa is going to celebrate that because they will recover.
Yeah, he did a good job. He's able to bounce it outside and bounce off a tackle, but seen him been loose with the ball a little bit. He kind of carries in that one arm, and they were able to key in on that. And turnover number 2 for the Mustangs.
Coming up, going to show you some pictures of some stuff that's gone on at the upper elementary. They had a nature day where they got to go out and look for bugs and tree leaves and stuff like that. And it's just a busy time of year. Lower's got some neat stuff going on, and middle school they've a little bit of the gaps because a lot of those football's still going on, but softball, those type things have slowed down a little bit. We're all on fall break, and it's a kind of a unique fall break being off Thursday, Friday, and Monday, which let me just say as a parent, thank you. I love that. I love kind of having that Monday to kind of catch your breath. Sometimes folks may take a trip out of town on fall break if schedule allows. Right across the middle, he was wide open, kind of in that soft area there.
Yeah, we brought pressure again, and when you bring pressure and you don't get home, a lot of times you're going to give up a completion. You're going to give up a big play.
Brandon Ball The receiver there gets a first down and 10. New set of downs for Catoosa. The ball spotted down at the 41-yard line. They have 4 receivers in the set, kind of a spread offense look. Pressure from the Mustangs.
Quick out, hit him in the hand, a little behind him, but unable to bring it in.
Kept Kevin Sepavalda, the intended receiver, on the left side. So it'll bring up second down. Cushing on top of Wagner, 28-0.
Wow.
Miami on top of Skytook, 28-14. That game's at half.
Their version of Wildcat.
I think that Cushing score is going to say a lot across the state. I mean,
Yeah.
that means Cushing's a real deal.
And they are ranked number one in 4A right now.
Yeah, for good measure.
Like I said, though, I really think that's kind of a weird offense for Wagner to play against. Wagner really likes to send 7 guys, and we're just kind of talking, when you send that many guys, and you're going to give up some completions, and with that good of a quarterback at Cushing, and I'm sure he's got some good receivers around him, that probably caused the defense a lot of trouble.
Mustangs brought the house.
Yeah, brought the blitz and unable to get him down. Unfortunate there to only give up 4 yards.
Yep, so that will bring up fourth and about 6. Be curious to see if they're in what they would consider 4-down territory, if they're going to try to punt it away. Stillwater, number 1 in 6A2. They are at Sand Springs tonight. That one's ugly early 44-0. A lot of people kind of have Muskogee and Stillwater circled in 6A2. Bigsby now playing up in the bigs. And I'm curious to see who's going to bring home the... They went for it, not able to complete, and so Nate Morrow bring him down.
Good
Mustangs
job by
to
Nate
take over
Morrow.
on downs, yeah.
Coach Wagner giving him some love. Offense going to come out with some great field position here.
It's unusual. I'm going to, just for this, I'm going to read scores from 6A2, all right? Putnam City, North Ponca City. Ponca City's on top 20-0. Choctaw on top of Deer Creek, 14-0. Lawton on top of Classen, 55-0. Bartlesville on top of Putnam City West, 34-0. Got Ashton Wright around the right side.
I'm hearing lots of zeros.
Muskogee on top of U.S. Grant, 52-0. Bartlesville, did I say Bartlesville on top of Putnam City West, 34-0. Booker T on top of Tahlequah, 27-0. Like every game in 6A2 at this point is a bunch to nothing. and so I know there's some parity in that in district, but tonight is just the kind of the haves versus the have-nots. First down and 10 for the Mustangs. JoJo just going to keep it up the middle.
And a new back in the backfield. We haven't seen him. Ty Cherry joining the backfield. Kind of a little wrinkle. Interested to see him. He's got a lot of speed. It doesn't seem like he's an outside linebacker, but he really has a lot of straight line speed.
He's a sprinter on the Oologah track team.
Ty is a junior, so you want to make sure he gets those good reps because he'll do some of that lifting next year. JoJo under a little bit of pressure. He's just going to find it to Mr. Salt.
Great job there. You got a senior quarterback running for his life, and I was anxious to see, I almost said something in the middle of the play, if he could get his head up. I know they're going to throw a penalty, but if he would get his head back up after he was scrambling, and I know that play may come back, legal man downfield, but I think that's a big play. You've seen us being able to get our passing game going a little bit better in the second half.
That's good to see. Just like you said, Joe, he's scrambling for his life and able to. He actually brought his eyes down and looked for the pressure and realized he had just a split second of time, able to find a receiver. That's really good for his confidence.
And I'm going to give kudos, and of course I'm the guy that's been beating the drum on get the passing game working. They've really been pretty productive.
There you see that speed there by Ty Cherry. Right on cue.
Get in, Stampede touchdown.
Great job by that young man.
He did have some breakaway speed. I don't know that I've seen Ty break away like that, and so, man, that was impressive.
Yeah, he's a fast young man. Cheerleaders are going to have to be selective down in the student section.
On who can do the push-ups?
Who can do 35 push-ups?
So, Blake, couple of games ago, I wanted to do a segment called First Five, and then I'll be honest with you, I have forgotten. And so, Blake, you're going to have to find a student, and you can pull somebody out of the student section, and we're going to play a little game called First Five, and it's Kevin versus the world, right?
Bring it on.
Yeah. So you go kind of – you can pull a cheerleader, you can pull a band kid, you can pull somebody out of the student section.
Blake, I got a Canes, Raising Canes, they're big supporters. Jeff, the owner there in Owasso, big supporters of Oologah Athletics and Oologah High School. I got a Raising Canes gift card.
So, Blake, you go figure out who is going to be able to beat Mr. Hogue at First Five. Says I've got them all right here ready to go. You didn't cheat, did you?
I did not.
All right. Didn't matter if you did. Questions won't change. Mustangs will be kicking into the wind. It's been a pretty brisk wind. I kind of had this crazy theory of when the sun goes down, it might die down, but so far that's proven me to be a liar tonight.
Yeah, that hasn't happened.
Take it at the 20-yard line. About an 18-yard carry, brought down out of bounds. Number 5 for the Mustangs, and that's Abram Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Would anticipate might see him carrying the ball a little bit tonight. He's had some running back opportunities as we move into third and fourth quarter. Mustangs on top 35-0. 5:07 left to play in the third quarter.
This is where you'd like to see us keep our foot on the pressure. Good teams aren't going to let up. Can we keep tackling, keep reading the ball?
Hand off up the left side. Just not a lot there. He's going to get about 3.
Yeah, good tackle by Gavin Salt there.
Blake, who you got?
I've got Madison Crabb, and she thinks that she can beat Mr. Hogue in first to 5.
Bring it on, Maddie.
All right, so this is how this is going to work. Yeah, you're going to hand her the microphone. You can hold it for her. And
can you hear us, Maddie?
Yeah. Hi, Maddie. How are you?
I'm good.
Mr. Hogue's up here, and we're going to play a little game called First to 5 in between plays.
Maddie, you look a little cold.
I am a little bit cold.
Yeah, shorts probably weren't the move tonight. Mustang's going to bring him down behind the line. He'll lose 2.
Probably not.
It's going to be third down. So I'm going to read a statement, and if this statement is true for you, then you put a finger in the air, okay? Like, for example, you have shorts on right now. If that's true for you, then you would put a finger. You don't get that one. I'm just giving you an example, all right? And so I've got a list, and so if you win, if you get to 5 before Mr. Hogue does, we actually have a gift card for you.
We do.
Okay.
And I hope the first question is, do you have matching socks? Because she does not.
Oh, I see. Do you even have socks on?
I do. Of course I do.
Third down and 9.
Who doesn't wear socks? That's gross.
Third down and 9. Pressure coming.
Deep comeback.
Pass was a little too high for number 20, Tanner Casey, so that'll bring up fourth down. I would anticipate. And
Yeah,
maybe he's going to back up and punt it.
So a little deep in the 35-0. That's a little deep.
Maddie, as soon as we get this punt underway, we're going to go, all right?
Okay.
So you can text Grandma and tell her you were part of the Mustang Network broadcast tonight of Homecoming 2022, where the Catoosa Indians came to town.
Maddie, what was your favorite part of Homecoming Week so far?
Probably the bring or anything but a backpack.
Oh, I heard some great stories. Oh, high snap. Mr. Streeter will take that. All right, so here we go. Everybody understand the rules to first to 5?
Yes, sir.
All right, so if you own more than one pair of cowboy or cowgirl boots, put a finger in the air.
Ooh.
Nope. Okay, so Mr. Hogue is 1. Are you nervous?
A little bit.
If you have ever been to Paris, Texas, put a finger in the air. Okay, have you never been to Paris, Texas?
I don't think
the fish fry, you got to go.
I don't think
If
so.
you've ever tried a Sonic grape Sprite, put a finger in the air.
Never even heard of it.
Okay, so you have a finger and she has a finger. If you have been on Cooey Scooey this week, put a finger in the air. That's 2. Okay, tied at 2. Okay. If you have eaten a Blue and Gold product this week,
3.
You know what Blue and Gold is, Maddie?
Sausage.
It's an FFA. Okay, so it's 3-2, and so if you win, you get a gift card. But if you lose, you also get a gift card. So, if you have seen a video of Zayden Marshall, Blake Reynolds, Eli Despain on social media, put a finger in the air. Oh, she has. She got you. She haven't. These guys are viral. Like, they have multiple. I mean, you didn't realize we had famous kids at Oologah
They're
High
not
School.
viral on Facebook. That's all I got.
That's it. Okay, so you're 3. Maddie, you have 3 fingers up?
She does.
Okay. All right, so if you have eaten at Boomerang in Claremore.
Ooh, that's 4 for
4?
me.
Maddie, where you at?
Delicious.
No, you've never eaten at Boomerang in Claremore?
No.
Their breakfast is on point. If you have ever made Coach D cry.
I don't think I've made Coach D cry.
Have you made him cry, Maddie?
No.
Have you made him laugh?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, have you made him laugh?
Of course.
But
I'm
you
a
don't
funny
get,
guy.
She gets a point, but you don't get a point. If you have used the word slay today.
Nope.
Do I get a point for that?
Yeah.
For the Coach D one?
Did you make him laugh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well,
okay.
then that's 5.
You're 5?
That's rigged.
Well, of course it was. I didn't give you
That's
a point for
rigged.
something. But you did use the word slay today?
Yes, I have.
Do you remember the context in which you used it?
I was talking to my friend, and I was like, oh, slay.
My daughter says that at least 5 times in a 5-minute period. So congratulations, Maddie. We'll make sure and get your gift card to you from Raising Cane's Chicken. Appreciate them and their support and sponsorship of Mustangs. And we have a winner from 1st to 5.
Good job, Maddie.
Good job, Maddie.
I don't think I've used slay 5 times in my life. So
It's like, of course, this time last year is bussin'.
Yeah.
And slay. Like, if something's cool, it's like slay. And I don't. False start on the Mustangs. That will back them up. They were 3rd down and long, so now they're going to be 3rd down and longer.
Really the first time we've seen 3rd down and long tonight. I believe we haven't punted tonight. We did have we've had 2 turnovers, but we have not punted tonight. So,
I guess I should have picked Madison Crab in my Who You Got because I picked a winner out of the student section.
Did?
That's all I'm going to say.
Braxton Davis will get
I think we're going to have
that infraction on the sideline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that
no,
was
we
the
had a
second
coach
one.
on the field, and we had another one on the green, and I'm not sure. We did pick up the first down. Braxton Davis did a good job on the tunnel screen there.
So they would get the first down because the foul happened after the play, correct? Or the penalty?
My understanding, but I've been wrong before. They're sorting it out. The white hat.
Huddle.
Yeah, it's a mini huddle. Now it's increasing.
a mini huddle, yeah.
The huddle just got.
You have a theory on the huddles.
They never go our way.
In a very positive way, they never go our way.
Never go our way.
We're not trying to be critical here. They just huddles usually don't go Mustang blue.
This is going to add to that streak.
All right, so it's a dead ball foul. It was a personal foul on the Mustangs.
Sideline.
It's a sideline infraction, which is the second one.
It's going to be first down. Coach Peters signaling on the sideline. So first down will stand. So we're kind of back where we started, except it should be first down is my understanding, which is a good trade.
So do the chains?
Yes, they'll reset be first and 10.
So it should be first and 10. It's not like it's a first down and long.
Yeah.
Like a first down and 15 or 20. So it's first down and 10 for the Mustangs. 2:47 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Mustangs with 3 receivers in their set. And off up the middle, just not a lot there. And I'm just going to say, kind of as a note of caution, not that they can hear me, but sometimes it feels like we always have a guy or two that goes a half second before that ball is snapped.
Kind of leaning forward. I've noticed that, especially in the backfield.
And that can be dangerous because if officials are looking for a reason to show off their laundry, you don't want to give them one. And see, did it there
Braxton.
again. Yeah. Passing deflated on the right side, so incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Just haven't been as sharp on offense here in the second half. Obviously, we did score a touchdown, but this drive particularly penalties and just not as sharp.
Braxton Davis had us on the other side of the 50, but because we were not self-aware on the sidelines, we got a sideline infraction against us. Third down and 11. Mustangs are going to hand it off, and he is going to get really close to that first down, but I don't think he's going to get it.
Man, if he's not there, I'd like to see a measure because it can't be much more than.
So the far side guy has him on that side of the chain.
We're going to go.
So
I've seen in the NFL when they stretch out the chains, I've literally seen them bring out a credit card. And that,
See if it
from
bumps
our
it.
angle, it has to be really close. So
either way, Mustang. Well, I know they're going to measure, I guess, aren't they? It's almost like a mini timeout if they measure, because you get a second to kind of catch your breath. Your offensive coordinator gets a chance to kind of.
Oh, they're saying first down.
They are going to give it
they
to
didn't even measure.
So
That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay.
if you look at the nose of the ball, it was touching the line. So good job by the crew there. No huddle needed.
Mustangs on the road next Thursday night. Because of fall break, we will be playing a Thursday night game at Skytube. Ashton Wright around the right side, leaning forward, going to get about 4. Congratulations, a couple of our cross-country guys, Ty Lewis, Cody Goff, Caden Davis, and Lucas Livingston all raced at Claremore this past week, and what was significant about that was that they set their own personal records.
Yeah, everybody got a PR. That's big time. That shows good improvement and good attention to detail in practice.
Mr. Jackson.
He's gone.
Around the left side.
Oh, he tripped up. That jinxed him.
Brought down by number 2 from Catoosa.
45-yard line tripped him up there, Blake. I thought he was gone.
Dylan Duggar on the tackle.
Turf monsters or snipers, whatever you want to say. They're real. I know that.
This is new turf, though. Surely over the summer we got all the turf monsters out.
Listen, they hide. I think they travel. Maybe someone dropped one off. I don't know.
Mr. Jackson around the right side. Going to break it. He's down to the 10. Brought down at the 6-yard line.
That's good for an Oologah Mustang. First down and 10.
So it'll be first down and goal from the 6.
We're below the play clock, so you might just see us let it go to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you see the guys holding up 4 fingers. I mean, let's finish, guys. Let's finish what we started here tonight. We're going to take a quick break between quarters. We'll be back with more right after this.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm going to drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely going to call a ride home.
RCB Bank is community. RCB Bank is friendly customer service. RCB Bank is trusted. RCB Bank is here to help. RCB Bank is yesterday, today, and tomorrow. RCB Bank is everywhere you need us to be. We are RCB Bank. Open an account online today to see why our customers always say, RCB Bank, that's my bank.
Gentlemen, we have completed 3.
Visual evidence of hair.
So, can you take that?
I need to
camera.
Need to go out a little bit.
It's a little
blurry. There you go. That was a young pup.
Still not sure what you did to convince her to marry you. Mustangs are first and goal.
There's gonna be something against us.
We are. This guy has had it.
No, he's pointing at somebody he didn't like down there, doing something wrong.
His signal was initially looked like offsides, but
yeah,
normally you don't get that on an offensive call, but I don't know.
Well, so, I mean, Blake, you can explain it better than I can. It's really the receiver's job to check with that official on the side, and if you're good, they'll kind of give you a thumbs up, correct?
Yeah, most will give you a thumbs up.
Mr. Jackson around the left side. He's going to go to the corner. He's down to the 3, the 2. Stampede, touchdown.
Good job. That's 4, if you count JoJo, 4 running backs in the end zone tonight.
Good to see depth at that position. That's promising, not only for the rest of the season, but just in the future, because a lot of the running backs are pretty young, and it's really helpful when you've got 3 or 4 guys. You can always have fresh legs in the backfield. That helps your running game.
Especially when those guys are going both ways. When we're talking about Ashton Wright out on defense. It's good that you've got, or Nate Morrow's out on defense. It's good that you've got some younger guys that and two, you're kind of protecting your guys from injury. I mean,
yeah, and speaking of young guys, I was going to bring that to a point. You know, we are a little beat up. Hopefully we get some of those younger kids in tonight. 42-0. You can only carry over 15 points in district play, so whether you win by 15 or 115, you only get 15 points. So hopefully we take advantage of. And plus we got a short week. You're playing the day earlier. And I know I see these guys on Monday, and some of these guys are pretty sore sometimes on Monday. So it is good to have depth. Kicking off downwind again, guys. Wind is still pretty stiff.
Mr. Burchett with the wind.
Only down to the 10.
Taking about the 10-yard line. This is where you don't. Well, I see a flag on the far side of the field. Mr. Jackson's going to chase him, knock him out of bounds.
Good pursuit by the kickoff team, but hopefully that's a hold.
Abram Jackson will bring him down for the Mustangs. The ball carrier was Michael Barnett. Called his name a lot tonight for Catoosa. Let's wait for the white hat to tell us.
Talking to Coach Wagner there. Going to be a sideline warning against them. I think that's their first, so that may not bring it back. Yeah, they're going to have great field position here.
Still in the third quarter, Miami on top of Skiatook 35-14. Really, there's kind of a muddle there in the middle of 4A3 between Miami, the Mustangs, Oologah. McLean could make a case at some point to be in there. You got Cleveland and Catoosa kind of at the bottom of the pile. Mustangs show blitz, timed it well. Just away from the ball. He's going to pick up good 6 yards. Appreciate all Smiles Dental, all they do for Mustang athletics. Quality and affordable dental care right here at home. And Armstrong Bank, one of our great sponsors, working right along beside you more than 100 years. That's Armstrong Bank. My daughter on the drum line down the Stallion Battalion, she loves home games because they get to be mixed and mingled in with the student section. Brought down.
Good job there.
For the
53, Wrangler Dix, sophomore, defense and offensive lineman. Good job with some pursuit there.
He was slowed up a little bit. I think Brady Evans might have been that first point of contact, but then Wrangler brought him down. So it's 3rd down and 7 for Catoosa. 10:35 left to play in the ball game. Mustangs show blitz again.
Gonna be a face mask there, yeah.
And you got 3 flags. Has anybody left got a flag you want to throw? Just throw your hat if you know. Sorry.
Anxious to see what this was on the near side. Was it? Coaches are looking around like it was sideline again. Surely not.
I'll say I feel like we were in the white right there for the sideline. I don't know if I don't know. Maybe it could have been. And that's kind of where that flag is where they throw that for the sideline. But
they're saying, okay, so you got a personal foul face mask on the Mustangs and the sideline on the Mustangs. Whew, that's 30 yards in penalties. All right, team, get on the track. Not doing this anymore. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen coaches stand this far back. We're in the gold.
Yeah.
And I don't know if maybe
players are in the blue.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe the ref, they had a little collision there.
And all it takes is one guy. So
yeah,
there's 50 guys on the sidelines and men and young men, and all it takes is one.
So a fresh set of downs for Catoosa. The ball's going to be spotted Might as well go and put it in the end zone, guys. It's on the 9-yard line. Catoosa has their best opportunity to put points on the board. You know that defense would love to keep that goose egg up there and keep the shutout alive. Hand off around the left side. Break a tackle, brought down about the 5, so a gain of 4 on the carry.
Good job by Max Becker coming all the way from the offside.
10:08 as the clock continues to count down in the fourth quarter.
And they got a player down.
So State Fair is wrapping up. Had the chance to be there Tuesday and got to see some Oologah kids show some goats and actually won some big awards too.
Yeah, we've had a great, I would need the whole fourth quarter to
explain everything that's going on there.
Explain everything we won at the fair, and not just, obviously with livestock products or projects, but agri-science projects, bug projects, fruits and vegetables. Just a big couple of weeks here. And really, I texted both of our ag instructors, probably the best couple of weeks of weather I can remember for the fair. Just perfect. Not too hot.
It was warm on Tuesday. It really was when I was there. And of course, I was shorts and a T-shirt. But, man, I've been to the fair when you literally freeze.
Yes. Yeah, freeze or just be so hot you can't stand it. So, good timing.
And put your hands together for this Catoosa Indian as he makes his
He walks off on his own power. That's good to see.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, we've been bit by the injury bug. May even have some guys that may not make it back, and so you want to see, opponent or not, you want to see those young men walk off, especially under their own power. Special thanks to Rod Henry Construction. Septic and aerobic system needs, give them a call, 918-371-1207. And Advanced Homes, advancedhbi.com, been a great sponsor of our tailgate show for the last several years. Brian and Denise. Brian's got a new subdivision out on the lake. Give them a call. Go visit their website. You can see some of their pictures. Follow them on Facebook. Just some beautiful properties. Second down and goal from the 5-yard line. And off up the left side. Going to fall down about the 1-yard line. Maybe.
Yeah, just a shade inside the 1.
Yep, so it's going to be third down and goal from inside the 1-yard line. Good opportunity to practice that goal line defense. Man in motion.
Good pursuit
I don't
there.
think he got in. I think he lost a yard, actually.
Bring up 4th and goal. I'm about the 1.5.
This is kind of one of those things. As a defensive guy, you're super excited, get a big stand. And I can tell you from an offensive side, you're looking at it thinking, man, I'm about to have to go stand back in my own end zone and catch a snap. And that could be something, there's just a lot of opportunity for that to go wrong.
So they are 4th down and goal from the 2. I don't think he got it, guys. I think they stopped him, sure enough. Gained a yard, not enough to get in the end zone, so the Mustang defense holds. Now you are 1st and 10 from your own 1-yard line.
Yeah, they'll take it. Another Catoosa Indian down on the ground.
It's Boomer Lovins is the one that's slow getting up.
Good job by the defensive line, linebacking crew there to make a stand. A couple low snaps didn't hurt us and definitely helped us a little bit, but good job. The defensive coach is going to be excited about that. 8:34 remaining, 42-0 Mustangs.
It's been all Mustangs tonight. That's the story. And for your offense, with the exception of a drive or two, your offense has been productive. You've been able to do kind of what you've wanted to do tonight. Mustangs will take over 1st down and 10. In their own end zone, just going to
Low snap
off.
hurt us a little
Yeah,
bit there.
but
Braden Stovall did a good job turning his feet. He runs hard.
He's going to get about 4 on the carry. Fall break coming up. You got big plans, Mr. Hogue?
I do. I'm going to keep those a secret, but we're going out of town.
You don't want me to follow you and kind of mess them up, like call you and say, hey, I need it.
We're going to take a couple days and
that's what it's for. I mean,
get out of Rogers County.
It is such a busy time, and so fall break is always well-timed right here in the middle of the fall. 8 minutes and 3 seconds left to play in the ball game. And Mustangs with an infraction. I think they're going to move it back just a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to replay second down.
Joined up here by a young man from Oologah Elementary. What's your name, buddy? It's okay. Don't be shy. Got bit by the shy bug.
He's not shy.
Mr. Hogue is very intimidating. What's your name? He's kind of shy. That's him.
He says he's kind
feeling
of shy.
The good news is nobody can see you. It's the miracle of radio.
JoJo breaking a long one. It's off to the races.
He could be. He's at the 50 to the 40. Got a man to kind of bump for him. Down to the 10, 5, Stampede, touchdown.
That is a 96-yard touchdown, Blake.
It was a long one.
Not known for his wheels, but no one was catching him on that one. He saw the blue of the end zone, and he was getting there. Great job.
Yeah, he had a great convoy with him. I think it's kind of one of those. It's super cool, you know. You get to be the quarterback. All your guys have your back. They get out. When you break free, everybody's coming to have your back, making all the blocks they can. That's awesome for Joe. Bust a big one like that, and just great for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's going to put our second rusher over 100 yards on the night. Him and Ashton Streeter.
Ashton, I'm anxious to look at his numbers because he has had a whale of a night. PAT is up, and it's good. Christy York, who is our principal at our lower elementary, and you guys have been busy the last few weeks.
We have been very busy. So getting in a routine and excited to come to the game tonight. So our kids are playing football and cheer, and so lots of stuff going on.
It's been good weather, too.
It has
it's
been.
Great to get kids out on recess,
yes,
right?
It is. It is absolutely great. And we have an event coming up that is outside, actually. Our literacy night is coming up on October 27th, and it's in our bus loop.
Okay.
And the kids can wear their Halloween costumes, and they can go from booth to booth. It's kind of like a trunk or treat.
Right.
And parents can get information about reading, and the kids get candy because they're trick-or-treating.
And who
like
doesn't love candy?
Exactly. And who doesn't love the kids in costumes?
Well, can Mr. Hogue and I, does he have to dress up if we're going to?
Yes, he definitely has to dress up if he's going to come. I think he should wear a costume.
I could do that.
What kind of costume would you wear, Mr. Hogue?
I could be lazy and just wear scrubs. Get my wife to swipe me some scrubs
would
and
wear
wear
your
a
wife's
stethoscope,
scrubs.
that whole deal. I could do that, and they're pretty comfy, so.
I typically dress as an Oklahoma State football fan.
That is scary.
I like it.
You can't go wrong.
You cannot go wrong with that.
Who you got with you
absolutely.
tonight?
I have with me Mr. Brock Hoisington. And Brock, can you tell us what grade you're in?
Wait, does it go outside?
No.
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 No, it
you're just
doesn't go
talking to us,
outside. You're
yeah.
just talking to us. What grade are you in?
First grade.
First grade.
First grade. Yeah. Do you know what you're going to be for Halloween?
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
That's a Star Wars thing, right?
Awesome.
Because I'm not really cool enough to know all that. So.
Yes.
Star Wars. Okay.
Yep. It's a
Yeah.
Star Wars thing.
What's your favorite thing to study at school, Brock?
Huh?
What's your favorite subject? Do you like reading or math, or you like math?
Yeah. It's pretty good stuff, isn't it? You pretty good at math facts? Working on that? Doing some extra math in school on your tablet? That's awesome.
Who's your teacher?
Miss Smith.
Miss Smith.
I'm going to give a shout out to Miss Smith tonight.
Yeah, she's a great teacher. We love our Mrs. Smith, don't we, Brock? Yeah. So parents, come on out to Literacy Night on
What's the
October
night again?
27th.
What?
October 27th.
Awesome.
It's the night before our remote day. So they can come that night, and book fair will be going. Go inside and buy books, and kids get to trick-or-treat.
And Brock, you'll be there as a Mandalorian? Yeah. He's nodding.
I'll be looking for you, my man.
Christy, we appreciate
Well, thank you so
and
much.
all the amazing work that you do at the lower. And Brock, thanks for coming by tonight. Maybe next time, all right? With 7:18 left to play in the ball game. Mustangs are on top 49-0. That'll represent well on Squirtle tonight. And in motion.
End around look there. They got a backup quarterback in. They're going to come up short, and it's going to bring on the punt team.
.647, and the clock continues to roll.
Got some Mustangs near and dear to my heart getting some action. Luke Farmer, my nephew, and Sam Hogue, my middle child, getting in. First time for Sam.
So if you've followed us, and again, this is our 4th year for broadcasting, the biggest challenge with road games. So sometimes setup is a challenge. Oh, what a scrub punt. Last week we had to take our own generator. When you go to Wagner, I don't even know that they
take
have
everything. Tables, generators, PVC legs.
But our biggest challenge is where we're going to eat. I mean, that really is what it boils down to.
The challenge next week is not hard, gentlemen.
It's not hard at all.
It's
the point I was fixing to make.
It's one syllable word.
It's Max Barbecue.
Max Barbecue.
There's not we're not even talking about it. This has been decided since the schedule came out.
And I'm not getting political. I don't know if you saw I got 2 words for you from last night. That was actually 3 words. If you know, you know. I got 2 words for you. Bread pudding. I can taste it. We have great bread pudding. Got some young Mustangs getting some action. Both teams got some substitutes in.
Braden Stovall on the carry. Gain of about 7. Blake, you started as a sophomore, correct?
Yes, my first time. I actually started playing safety that year, and I think it was week 4. Came in the 4th quarter, and week 5 I got my first start at Q.
Those are big, important snaps for the future of your program. Caught in the backfield. Man, number 68 for Catoosa just brought him down. That's Zachary McGuire on the tackle.
Yeah, that was an abrupt tackle. Wasn't a horse collar. A lot of times you see that's that horse collar where you get grabbed from the pads. That was not. Strong young man there.
So it's 3rd down and 6 for the Mustangs. 5:21 and counting. Mustangs really would like to get a first down and maybe just run this thing out, go celebrate homecoming. Got a little party going on. Where you do these at? The Commons area? Is that where the halftime dance or the homecoming dance is?
Where is that? No.
Not in the
Commons area has too many arteries to the building, if you will.
That is
too
true.
hard to
you gotta
manage.
protect the arteries.
So we're going to do it. We do it in the foyer. We have access to bathrooms. We have it's free to get in. I want it to be free to all the students. And then but the volleyball, excuse me, words are hard. Volleyball is going to have a concession. So if anybody wants a water or something like that.
All right, it's 4th down and 2. 4:36 left to play. Mustangs got 19 seconds and counting on the play clock. Looking to the sideline, saying, "Coach, are we going to punt? Are we going to? I think they're going to go for it." Hand off around the right side. He'll get the first down. Mr. Stovall. All right, so we'll be on the air next Thursday night at 6:30 if all the interwebs work correctly. I want to say a special thanks to our camera guys that are out there shivering in that north wind. Around the right side, got some speed. He's down to the 10. Going to trip him up, go down at the 4-yard line. That does move the chains. It'll bring up first down and goal for the Mustangs.
An update on the Cushing and Wagner score. You guys got any guesses?
I haven't even looked.
I'm going to go Cushing 28, Wagner 14.
It is 42 to a goose egg.
Wow.
Cushing is on top of Wagner. And that says just the start of the 4th quarter.
That's pretty incredible.
That's pretty. Welcome to 4A3, Cushing. Braden Stovall moved the pile forward for about a yard gain. Brings up second down and goal, about the 3-yard line coming up. as it is. Temperature has dropped. Some of the Mustang faithful have decided to take an early exit. This game was pretty much been in hand from about 3 minutes into the second quarter.
Yep, big score in 4A. Number 2, Tuttle, currently trailing with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter at home against Blanchard.
That is a rivalry game coming out of that district. Those two typically fighting for that number 1, number 2 spot. Both of them are
balls on the
ground.
Catoosa's going to end up with it.
Just an exchange between Brad and
all that's wonk getting as many reps in practice.
Sure.
So
all right, 2:18 left until this one's in the books. Mustangs typically have a segment on AM 1170, usually about 10:30, 10:35. What they run into, Grant, is sometimes the Jinx post-game show goes a little bit long. And so we may be heard. How about that? Blowing that up in the backfield.
Good job. Is that Kaiser Kilpatrick? I couldn't see the number.
That was
73.
Kaiser Kilpatrick.
Good job, Kaiser.
So the Mustangs get to talk about football across the state. Sometimes you don't necessarily hear it in the Tulsa area just because Jinx football goes a little bit long.
It's a cool segment. Unfortunately, I will not be able to listen. I'll be getting jiggy with it in the foyer.
Yeah. And you have a DJ coming in tonight. Don't need.
We do. Former student.
You don't need BK and the Brand to come play.
Don't need any karaoke tonight. Not that you guys are karaoke. That would be me. But
they're going to try to knock him in for a safety.
You're going to say forward progress to the 3.
He's still going to lose about 3 yards.
Not sure why. There we go. The clock wasn't running. Wasn't sure what was going on.
Definitely will gain some big respect from their older peers if
Yeah.
they knock them back into safety here.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Pretty much everybody out there is on the 2 deep.
Hand off around the left side. They're trying.
They are trying. It's going to be about the
they're going to give him on the
half-yard line.
Half-yard line.
They're going to have to punt here, guys.
So kudos to that defense. Took them backwards.
That is pretty cool. That was
there
basically JV versus JVD.
Was there a penalty involved in that, or they just sheerly drove them backwards, didn't they?
Yep.
A couple of big college games tomorrow. Texas OU. Ironically, neither team is ranked, and College Game Day decided to go to Kansas. What was that to see a 5-0 Kansas?
Been a while since we've seen one of those guys.
Darren Wagner's actually. How about that? Blocked and out of the back of the end zone. Does that count as a safety?
Yes,
yep,
sir.
Sure does. Darren Wagner's a Kansas alum, and for so long he hadn't wanted to talk about Kansas football, but
yeah, he's usually a sore spot on Monday. It's been a source of pride. But I will be honest with you, he's on game Mondays when we've lost, the Mustangs have lost, he really doesn't want to hear it. Yeah. We haven't been able to pair it up. If they could pull off the upset tomorrow, they're playing TCU, he'd be all fired up between this game and that.
Wagner's got to be proud of his boys tonight for how they have responded to last week. Last week you went to Wagner and just got punched. And they have come back tonight, had a great game plan, even though the roster was a little bit thin, had some key components like a Jaden Tanner, like a Langben, and even Warren Pierce were out tonight, and Mustangs have just responded well. They were a little bit nervous about Catoosa just because Catoosa was getting some guys back that they didn't have a lot of film on, but I think the Mustangs had a great game plan tonight, so kudos to the offense. Feel like they really tried to be well-balanced tonight as well. You've seen that passing game come to life a little bit more in the third quarter, and maybe not. Maybe I'm not trying to be a coach here, but maybe it was something they just wanted to work on. We've struggled all year long with the passing game, and so I think those guys kind of intentionally kind of stuck with the pass in the third quarter. And certainly in the fourth quarter, they just kept it on the ground trying to burn some clock. So
they get the choice to punt or kick. They're going to choose the punt option into the wind.
He's punting into the wind, yeah. So Mustangs with 23 seconds field position doesn't really matter. They'll probably just take a knee and
yeah, you're going to see victory formation here.
Get over to the dance, do a little boot scoot and boogie.
Yeah, the dance will actually get to start on time, 10 o'clock. we'll start letting some kiddos in.
What's funny is you see all the starters want to run out and do victory. It was a pushing and shoving match in that huddle of who guys we're going to run out on the field to go knee this football, and that's awesome.
That's the starters out there on the field. They're going to take that knee. They're going to start patting helmets and shaking hands. I tell you what, we could not have done this tonight if it hadn't been for a couple awesome camera guys, Jason Streeter and Brett Wigington.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Rick Fisher's kind of our technical engineer, make sure all the cameras are fired up and working. And Charlie Newton is the chief button pusher. I think it's a good way of saying it. Just the guy that punches all the buttons. Johnny Deramo, our statistician. Maybe he'll loan us his laptop here in just a second so we can kind of talk about some of these stats. Mustangs on the road next Thursday night, Skiatook. Some important games you got to win. You got playoff aspirations on the brain. And really like to finish third in your district. If something weird doesn't happen and take out a Wagner or a Cushing. And you know, at this point, Wagner's just got to lose one along the way. So,
yeah, if we keep winning and they get clipped somewhere, that could happen.
I love this. I love
the cameramen have abandoned us, but they come down on the field there and do the fight song with the band. Definitely a cool thing.
Coach Wagner is an all-school guy. He loves school spirit, man. Friday morning pep. And if you've never met Darren Wagner, he's hoarse all the time.
Yes.
That's just how he lives his life.
Yes. Does a great job on the mic, though, impromptu.
Yeah. Blake Salt, final thoughts for tonight's ball game.
I think it was a fun night. I think there was a whole lot of positives. We saw even some really good things from our younger guys. Great to see from our offense, our defense, special teams. We executed in a really great way, and we've got the ball rolling back in the right direction in the Mustangs' favor, headed into districts, and it's just exciting to watch this football team and what they're going to be capable of come later in the season, playoff time.
Kevin Hogue.
Yeah, I'm going to come away with just the sense of urgency and sense of pride that they showed up with. Kind of got beat down last week at Wagner. Were able to come out tonight. Even like you saw, the second-string defense almost forced a safety. The first-string defense kept them out on 4th and goal. And that's what I'm going to take away from it. Able to get their attention, have a great week of practice, and come back focused and play well.
The Mustangs moved to 3-3 overall in this season. They're 2-1 in district play with that one loss coming last week at Wagner, 36-0. Miami is still a game that you got to take care of business on the road at Skiatook. And then,
Miami was up on them 42-21 last time I looked in the fourth quarter. So, no game for us. We have to play well. Can't turn it over, obviously. But that's going to be a big game.
On the road next Thursday at Skiatook. Back home the 21st, and Miami will come to town, and then we go to Cushing. And so we'll make that road trip towards the end of district play, and then we'll have senior night where McLean will come to Tulsa. And that'll do it for district play. And so we are more than halfway through the season, but it's exciting. The Mustangs 3-3 on this season, but really 2-1 in district play.
Got some quick stats for you.
Okay.
Ashton Wright ended up with 192 yards rushing.
Yeah.
You want to take a gander on a guess on JoJo's rushing yards for the game. And remember, he had 96. He had 191. So we had a 192-yard rusher and a 191-yard rusher. It's been a while since we've seen that.
JoJo had 191 yards?
He did.
I thought you could let me guess. Did you guys not hear him say, would you guess? And then
you didn't say anything.
All right.
I gave you like 4 seconds. Plus, you were already in bed on me over there. It's late. I gave you time. And I did hear Blake's, his mic's going out, so I heard chirping, so I kind of went with it.
Chirping. Hey, guys, we'll be on the air next Thursday night at 6:30. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock in Skiatook. For an incredible broadcasting crew, we're having the time of our lives getting to do this on Friday night. We appreciate you joining us. For Blake Salt that does our sideline, Kevin Hogue is the color analyst. I've got Brett Wigington, Jason Streeter, Charlie Newton, Rick Fisher. My name is Brent Kellogg, and we will see you guys next Thursday night This is the
Rod
Mustang
Henry
Network.
Construction has been in the business of installing and manufacturing septic tanks and aerobic systems for over 10 years. At Rod Henry Construction, we take pride in providing quality service and products at a reasonable rate. We're proud members of the Home Builders Association and the Better Business Bureau. You can visit our website at rhcinc.net. The customer is always our top priority. Rod Henry Construction is a family-owned and operated business with strong Christian values that will ensure our work. For manufacturing and installation of aerobic and septic systems, service and repair, give Rod Henry Construction a call, 918-371-1207, and go Mustangs!
Hello, Mustang family. Like most schools across the state, we are in need of more bus drivers.